All right, let's try this. All right, let me know if you can hear me now. All right, and again, we are at the commercial here. All right, still no. Um, all right, let's see. Oh, you can hear me now? Okay, perfect, perfect. I can hear my own echo this way though, so I'm gonna have to see if I can find the correct settings again. Because when my computer malfunctioned last week, I had to like reset everything. So apologize about that. Okay, sounds good now. Got it. Got it. Great. Appreciate that. So yeah, as I was trying to say, so now Memphis is up 22 to 10 so far here in the fourth quarter, 7 minutes and 21 seconds to go. And so New Jersey, they're fighting for their season at this point. They're 2-5, don't want to be 2-6. Still got some time, but they got to make a play here on this next drive. But how are you guys doing? All right, kickoff on the way. All right, so we got a return here by the Generals, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So we'll see what they can do offensively here. Let's see. Old says, "Dang, JB, those Bill fans won't leave you alone." You have no idea, no idea. I don't know which Bill fan I must have made mad, but you have no idea. Yesterday with the computer, and then today with my Instagram getting hacked, just been very tough. All right, so here we go for the Generals. And again, I will be streaming also the next game that comes on after this one. So I'm just finishing out this one, and we will also get the next one as well. All right, but here we go. Shotgun from their own 30. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Throws the ball from the pocket, and oh, what a nice catch. And so he's going to take it to about the 49-yard line. They need more big plays like that from him. But yeah, how is everybody doing? I feel like it has been forever since I've been able to stream. I mean, we have to go back to almost the draft, really. All right, let's see. O says I'm doing great. It looks like it should be done. You should be done with therapy in a couple weeks. That is great. That's great. And you said should be settled with comp by no later than September. Hey, September is going to be a great month. I'm excited for you. I know it has been quite the journey, so I am excited for you. Phoenix says all good here. You said JB, are you going to do one NBA final stream? And so I thought about I may end up doing one. I'm not sure which one though, but I may end up doing one throughout. I might even try to get the next one in there because I need to definitely get some more streams, and I'm finally getting to the point where my schedule is starting to free up a little bit more. So I'm gonna try to get one of those in there. All right, so here we go. Second down coming up. 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, right now, Memphis versus New Jersey with 6 minutes to go. But y'all should have seen the disappointment by how Denver did the Lakers. Y'all know I'm a Lakers fan, so I was not happy with that outcome. But I have to say, Denver, I am rooting for them in the championship. All right, deep pass here, 1-on-1. Ah, incomplete. Incomplete. All right, so here we go. We got 3rd and 1 coming up here. And I like the aggressiveness. Continue to be aggressive. You see 1-on-1 up there. Quarterback did his thing and gave the receiver a chance to make the play on the ball. That's all you can ask for at this point. Yeah, receiver just misjudged it. All right, but here we go. Shotgun again. 3rd and 1. Fakes it to the back. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Makes the first guy miss and gets pushed out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. So now we're going to have 1st and 10 for the offense here. A touchdown would be huge. There's no way you can walk away from this without a touchdown if you are the offense here. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10. Again, 4 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. 5 seconds right now on the play clock. They snap the ball in the pocket, throws it to the running back. Takes on the contact, and they bring him down about a yard and a half shy of the first down marker. Second down coming up. All right, so we got second and two coming up. That was Prue Cup with the passing completion, and he is 12 of 20 on the night for 123 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Second and two, they're going to line up in the shotgun. Let's see if it's a draw or an option to keep it himself. Snaps it, looking, throws it to the back quickly, and the running back is just going to walk into the end zone untouched for the touchdown for the Generals. So Darius Victor with the touchdown. Braden, what's good with you? What's good with you? How are you doing? And you guys let me know, do I sound the same? Because, like, listening to my own echo right now is just like I'm over here trying to figure out what setting I can do to restore it to how it was. But do I sound the same as usual? Better? Worse? Let me know. All right, so with that touchdown and about 4 minutes and 4 seconds left to go, offense is going to go for it, and let's see what they do. I see Braden says doing good. All right, so they're going to do the 3 point attempt here. Try to make it a field goal game if they can successfully get this. So here we go. He snaps the ball and he throws it tight window, but incomplete. Now, if 42 would have snagged that with one hand, that would have been incredible, but there was no need to, as he did his job. So with 4 minutes left to go, we're going to see what happens. Can Memphis go on another drive? Last time they had to settle for 3 points, so we'll see what they do this time out. Let's see. Braden says it's an echo, but it's fine. Okay, okay. Thought it was just me on my end here. All right, I might be able to fix that. Give me 1 second. All right, let's see. See if that fixes anything. All right, can you guys still hear me now? If you guys cannot hear me now, then I have definitely done the wrong thing. Okay, perfect. So if you guys can still hear me right now, then all should be good, and I finally got rid of that echo. So, perfect. All right, so we have Memphis here, and what a great return. I mean, he brought it about a yard shy of midfield. Let's see, Braden says, I saw your Lakers beat my Warriors. Then they got swept by the Nuggets, and so, yeah, Braden, you could have left out that last part there. You could have left out that last part. Let's see. All right, so no echo. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so we figured it out. I just got to make sure that we save everything. That's pretty much it. All right, but under 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter of play, and so right now the score: Memphis leading 22-16. But let's see what happens. Shotgun formation and going to give it to the back and the back off the right guard. Still fighting for it. And look at that. Somehow he broke away from all that traffic and he's still running. I mean, my goodness, all the way to the 5 yard line. He was running like he stole something. Now, that's just poor tackling right there by the Generals. I mean, you had him wrapped up, but you never brought him to the ground. You just assumed the next man was going to do it. Insane play. I mean, look at that. Look at how many guys were around him. Wow, impressive. Let's see. O says, "Yeah, look at it this way. The Lakers only had since the trade deadline to become a team, and so that is true. That is true. I mean, but also Denver's just that team. They are just that team right now. So I'm happy for them. All right, gives it to the back, and he's going to pick up about a good 2 3 yards on the carry. So they are knocking on the door here. That was Washington on the carry. Second and goal. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the game. O says, I think they should bring back the same team or start a rebuild a year early. And so I definitely do know that there are certain guys that we certainly should bring back and stuff like that. My only question is D'Angelo Russell. Is that going to be the right answer there or not? But if we end up bringing the team back, I am more than okay with that. All right, snaps the ball, gives it to the back, and met by the defender. He's not going anywhere, and that was Hill that brought down Washington there. Now we got third down coming up. Now, last time out there, they had to settle for a field goal here. They know how important a touchdown can be, especially with about 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. All right, let's see. Oh, it says Jokic is not happy he didn't win the MVP, so he's taking it out on everyone in the playoffs. And so, yes, yes, but I really am happy for him here. I really am. I mean, he's a walk-in triple-double every time he's out there in the court, basically. And I mean, I just like his game, honestly. I just like his game. So definitely rooting for them. All right, well, we got third and goal. First time out called here by the Generals, trying to conserve time. Where do you guys think that DeAndre Hopkins is going to end up at this upcoming season? Now that the Cardinals have officially released him, where do you guys see him going? And do you guys think that Dalvin Cook is going to be heading elsewhere? If so, where would you like to see Dalvin Cook as well? Those are the two players that I'm constantly monitoring to see where's Hopkins going to end up at and what's going to happen with Dalvin Cook because it honestly sounds like Minnesota's done with him. And I think we pretty much seen that coming. So I'm very curious about those two players. Meanwhile, we've got third and goal here, 5 yards away from the end zone, shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Defense sending pressure up the middle. He throws the ball and is incomplete. I like the throw. I do like the throw there. You know, tough catch to make though, but excellent job by the defensive back on that play. All right, so here we go. So Braden says Patriots are Bills. As much as I would love to see DeAndre Hopkins come on join the Patriots. If he joined the Patriots, I'll reach out to him personally about coming here on the stream. I doubt he'll reply, but I'll at least try and stuff like that. But I would love to have him on our team. But honestly, I don't know where he's going to end up at. It's very tricky right now because I feel like if Kansas City wanted him, they can get him. I just feel like Kansas City likes the idea of not having a guy like that. And I feel like Buffalo would make a lot of sense. He wants to go there and stuff like that. But I don't know. Some of these teams are acting a bit weird to me because, I mean, he's never been like a burner. So you hear all this talk about his speed and stuff like that or lack of speed, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, the guy can go out there, he can ball. He showed us what he can do last year and stuff like that, you know? So I'm all for it. So if we can find a way to get him to join the Patriots, I am more than happy. I mean, because I was not that high on Julio Jones when he joined the Tennessee Titans, so I'm not just someone that's constantly, just sticking on the past. But Hopkins still has it, in my opinion. So whoever gets him is going to be getting a steal. Now, how much money he wants, we'll see what that ends up being like. I don't even know what's most important to him right now at this point, but I'd love to have him. As for Dalvin Cook to the Dolphins, I don't want to see that happen. But at the same time, from Dalvin Cook perspective and from fantasy football perspective, I'd rather see him join the Dolphins than the Buffalo Bills. 'Cause what is Buffalo really doing, in my opinion? I mean, everybody says Buffalo, Buffalo. I'm like, they already picked up Damian Harris. Isn't James Cook supposed to be the next Dalvin Cook or whatever? He's going to need some room to grow. And there's just too many mouths to feed and stuff to where nobody's going to be impactful in that regards if he goes to the Bills. So from a football perspective, it makes more sense to me if he joins the Miami Dolphins. Let's see. O says hopefully New England for D Hop, but I can see Browns, Lions, Kansas City, maybe Texans. I would eliminate the Lions as much as it makes sense on paper. I would eliminate them. Houston did come up, and I seen it, and I was like, Hopkins, are you really gonna make me sad by choosing the Texans over us by saying you rather go back home and stuff like that? Now the Browns, I did see that, but it's just a matter of how interested is the head coach when it comes to Hopkins. Honestly, I know Deshaun Watson, he's going to push for it, but heck, all the players they know what Hopkins can bring. It's the GMs and coaches that just are tripping right now. Meanwhile, deep pass incomplete. I mean, Moore threw that one and it's incomplete. So oh yeah, Braden. I also did not get to tell you the actual date for our fantasy football draft. I believe that you were the only one that I did not get to inform yet, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, our fantasy football draft is going to be September the 1st, which is a Friday. So Friday, September the 1st at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So definitely make sure that you make note of that. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It should already be inside of the Yahoo app and stuff like that in terms of the draft time. I know that it's going to go off of, I think, Pacific time on the app, but that's the time of our fantasy football draft. Let's see. Braden says also Ravens would be interesting to watch. I heard that the Ravens offered him like a 1 year, $2 million deal. So I was looking side eyed like if this man really did get an offer like that again, I don't know if it was confirmed or not, but if that's the kind of money we're talking, I'm like, Bill, you gotta do this, man. Like you can offer more than that now. You can do that. Let's see. Braden says he doesn't think he'll go to Kansas City anymore. I don't think so either. Because, like I said, if they wanted him, they would have him right now, I feel like. Now, sure, I think that they don't want him to join the Bills. They don't want him to join the Ravens. They don't want to play against him, but they don't necessarily really want him for whatever reason I don't understand and stuff like that. But I guess they feel that they got whatever they got in Tooney, I guess. Him and Sky Moore. But I'm hoping he doesn't go to Kansas City. I mean, damn it, they just won a Super Bowl and stuff like that. Why would we help them get any better? All right, let's see. Old says Cook, I think, to the Dolphins, maybe the Bengals because they could move on from Nixon. I still think that if Zeke doesn't go to the Cowboys, I think Zeke to the Bengals happens and stuff like that. If that does happen there, but we'll see. This whole Dalvin Cook situation is just very interesting to see how that's going to play out. Braden says also the Ravens would be interesting. And let's see, if he goes back to Houston, that would be hilarious. Hey, if he goes to Houston, the one positive thing is that that's going to be another weapon for my boy CJ Stroud. That's the only positive thing I can think of. But that tells me that Houston just offered him more money and he chose comfort over everything else. I can't think why, from a football perspective, from a winning perspective, from any type of like representation and stuff. I just don't know why anybody would willingly go to Houston. But I seen Jadavion Clowney, the man who always says I'm after my money and I'm after my he's after his money and he's after trying to be on a competitive team. But even Jadavion Clowney's been trying to hint to Houston, hey, I want to come back and stuff like that. So maybe it's the D'Amico Ryan effect. Maybe they really believe in him as a head coach. Other than that, I don't know what you'd have to be smoking and want to go back to Houston. But I guess he says he'd rather not go to Bill O'Brien. So I don't know. I don't know. All right, Braden says, okay, thanks for letting me know. Of course, of course, of course. I have been doing mock drafts at least about 8 times a week and stuff like that. So my general draft grades are generally between about 75 to 94, give or take, generally. And so I'm ready for it. But yeah, that's a big time drop right there. I mean, he threw the pass to him, big time drop by Moore. What more could you ask for? All right, let's see. O says Pat should move on from Parker and give D Hop a 2 to 3 year deal with 13 to 16 million a year. That would make too much sense right there. It would make too much sense, honestly. So I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. And if it wasn't for the whole Bill O'Brien factor, maybe we would be higher up on that. But honestly, if I'm Hopkins, even if I'm like, all right, I don't like the offers I have right now, maybe I take a 1 year deal, play through it, and then get a better offer and stuff like that afterwards. I mean, you come to New England, I mean, you're gonna get like the most targets and stuff like that than if you went somewhere like Kansas City. Kansas City would still be great, but you have to be second to Travis Kelsey and stuff like that, and you never know how creative they're gonna get and stuff. But you come to New England, you'll be the man. He's got the football IQ that we need. He'll win those one-on-ones, and Mac Jones is gonna be on a mission this year. I see it in practice and stuff like that. He's looking to prove himself. So Hopkins, just come on. You, Tyquan Thornton. I know Tyquan's doing work right now. Those two would be my hope. And then some of those younger receivers. Meanwhile, they give the ball to the back and they're trying to stand him up to rip the ball, but they blow the whistle there. Again, a minute 30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Let's see. Braden says, I did record predictions for every NFL, and I have the Pats going 8-9. And so okay, 8 and 9. I tend to see most people sticking about 7 or 8 games there, and so I can see that. I can see that. For me, I'm just cautioning everybody when it comes to the Jets, because last year I projected the Jets were going to have a great year. I didn't. I wasn't even able to explain it really. I just had a feeling and stuff like that because they were being overlooked. And I feel like we all know New England's defense was pretty much our strength last season and stuff like that. If you put us in like the NFC South, we'd be the best team in that division and stuff like that. I feel like offense is already better. Mac Jones is going to have a better year. Tyquan Thornton's going to have a better year. Ramondre Stevenson, I need him to stay healthy and be that guy. Then we can sprinkle in Ty Montgomery, stuff like that. Offense has to stay healthy and stuff like that. And I feel like the Jets, they might be setting themselves up right now, but they're either going to be good or they're going to be disappointing like the Broncos. And if they turn out to be like the Broncos were last year, but all that being said, though, I still feel like the Patriots can at least win at least one of those games against the Jets and stuff like that. I'll take it one game at a time. So I see a lot of people are very high on the Jets, but I feel like the Patriots will find a way to not be last. Find a way to not be last. But speaking of last, the last second is off this scoreboard here, and so Memphis has won 25-16 and has improved to 5-3 on the year. Meanwhile, the Generals they fall to 2-6 on the year, and it's starting to look like the countdown to the offseason could not come quick enough for them. So that is finalized there. And we probably got about a good 10 minutes before the next tip off here between Michigan and New Orleans. All right, so let's see. Redden says, yeah, I think I had them splitting with the Jets. And so, okay, bet. There are a lot of key games there. And honestly, even though I feel like we're better than we were last year, record wise, it may not reflect it that much on paper, but it's going to come down honestly to Mac Jones. And if we can just find a way to get Hopkins and stuff like that, the goal is get to 9, maybe even 10 wins, but I feel like 9 is possible because there are some games there that it can go kind of either way and stuff like that. Obviously, we know throughout the course of the NFL season, injuries do kick in and stuff like that, but we're going to have to find a way. We're going to have to find a way to steal some games like when we play teams like Pittsburgh, teams like the Giants, teams like that, those are games that I consider to be swing type of games that can swing us in the right direction or wrong direction. But those are the games that we have to be able to win. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, meanwhile, let me go ahead and update my background here. All right, so give me 1 second. All right, that should have switched it. All right, perfect. That did switch it. And then, all right, so as soon as that game comes on, we'll be ready to go. All right, let's see. Ode says, I'll be happy if the Pats just show up as a team and play like they're together and actually care. And so getting back to the roots of things, honestly, that's what it is. But I really feel like if we can get a guy like Hopkins, because for right now, and my honest of honest hearts, I feel like I was thinking about this because I look at the schedule. Braden, I didn't like what I seen. I didn't like what I seen. That schedule, I'm not gonna lie, that schedule had me shaking in my boots and stuff like that. I'm like, I just don't see where the easy wins are gonna come from this year and stuff like that. So I started thinking, best case scenario, or what I would like to see happen is a little bit of what we saw last year with the New York Football Giants. As much as I hate to say about the Giants and stuff like that, but what Daniel Jones did, like 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Hopefully, we can get like 22 passing touchdowns, less than, I'd say about 7 or less interceptions and stuff like that. Preferably a little bit more touchdown passes, but something along what Daniel Jones did last year, considering the weapons that we currently have. I need to see Tyquan Thornton take that next step. I need to see him show me that he's gonna, be consistently healthy, get off to a fast start, and that he can be a playmaker for the Patriots and stuff like that. That's what I need to see early in the season and stuff like that. How we use Gazeki and stuff like that in the red zone. Get creative with how we use him. Stevenson got to stay healthy. I know what he can do if he's healthy. He's got to stay healthy. Ty Montgomery, find a role here and utilize that role to the fullest and stuff like that. And the offensive line has got to give Mac Jones some time. All I'm hearing from all these so-called experts is, oh, well, the Patriots, they have a good offensive line. And I'm looking like, really? Because this is news to me, because I watched that offensive line last year, and what I seen was a quarterback that was getting toasted like burnt toast and stuff like that back there. I'm like, what are you guys looking at? Like, who's rating what's good and what's not? I'm like, did you not see what happened last year on the offensive line? Maybe they meant run block. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're going off of. But other than that, I also towards the end of the season, I want to see Bourne. Kendrick Bourne. I want to see him be a part of the offense here. I want to see some of the younger guys that we drafted over the last 2 years become more involved as well and stuff like that. That's what I need to see. I need to see the young guys get to the point where they can surpass Devontae Parker and stuff like that. He's the benchmark right now. If you can surpass him, these young guys and stuff like that, we'll be in a good spot right now. Because I don't expect Devontae Parker to be that hero, to be that guy. He's just not that guy for us. But he can be a benchmark for everybody else. That if you can surpass him on the depth chart, then you can really contribute on this team in the way that we need you to do and stuff like that. Because Mac Jones, I feel like he needs to have a Justin Jefferson for him to be that Kirk Cousins to Justin Jefferson. You take away Justin Jefferson there, that's going to be a struggle. Kind of like Ryan Tannehill last year. You took away A.J. Brown. I know he was hurt, but Tannehill showed a lot more flaws than what we've seen when he actually had a guy like A.J. Brown. We need someone to be that number one guy. I think Tyquan Thornton can be great, but if we can just get Hopkins on this team, this is my plea to Bill Belichick. If you're one of the three people watching Bill Belichick, please bring in Hopkins to the Patriots. That can help alleviate so much for us as a team and help us get to the point where we can consistently, because we're going to be in some battles this year. We're going to be in some battles this year, and we're going to need a number one receiver. And to ask these young guys to do it, I feel like some of these young guys, like Tyquan Thornton, maybe he can become like what Devontae Smith is for the Eagles or something like that. But he should not be asked to be the number one receiver right now. That's a lot to ask of a young man like that who's just trying to get his feet below him and get some experience out there on the field. So this is JB's plead right now. Please, Bill Belichick, make this happen and bring in Hopkins. This can improve our team so much offensively. You help your quarterback out, and helping the pass game will help the running game out too. And Bill O'Brien, he'll find a way to drop some plays. Let's see. Braden says, "Isn't Thornton more of a speed guy?" And so Thornton is more of a speed guy, but there's a lot to his game there. It's just he's got to be on the field. He's got to be on the field. He's got to be healthy and stuff like that. Because last year when Mac Jones was out there, he didn't have the time to throw it to him. But you watch Tyquan Thornton when Bailey Zappe was in there, and he was. I mean, he was a speed. He was a flying bullet. I'm telling you, he was a flying bullet and stuff like that. But we do need speed guys too. Everybody's got a role. Speed guy, and then a guy like that, like Hopkins, that can just win those contested passes. We need it all and stuff like that. Then you can sprinkle in Gazeki here, Gazeki there, a little bit of everywhere. There are ways to utilize them for sure. And then let's not forget we still got Juju Smith Schuster, which I don't want him to be option two. But if we can add, D Hops, now we're starting to look like an NFL roster is supposed to look at that wide receiver position. Can't forget about Juju as well. So this is what I'm hoping for. This is JB's last Hail Mary right here. I'm like, if you can do that, we can really make good strides, be competitive, and who knows, at the end of the day, because injuries are going to happen, and everybody else in the AFC East cannot be that great like they're projected to be. Whether it's just a Miami situation with Tua, whether it's just Buffalo, just, Stephon Diggs. I mean, where's his head at right now? What if he just decides he just doesn't want to be there and stuff like that? I mean, these teams, they're not, I learned that last year with the AFC West and stuff like that, when everybody's projecting everybody else to do good, someone's going to disappoint and stuff like that. Let's see. Ode says, I agree, Mac. I think Thornton going to be used a lot in Bill O'Brien's offense. He's a speed receiver Pats need. And so, yes, believe me, speed is what we have needed. Because that has made me really mad. You go back to about 2018, 2019, we have just tried to put, I mean, it's like trying to take staples to hold concrete together. That is what we have tried to do over the past with guys like Philip Dorsett. Philip Dorsett. We've tried to use him in that speed role. Philip Dorsett. I get angry just thinking about it and stuff like that. Guys like him, guys like N'Keal Harry, those have been jokes. We haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver since Julian Edelman did it back in like 2019 and stuff like that. Like, we need some help. This is like the ship's on fire right now. Like, we need assistance now. So go out there and get Hopkins. If he gives you 1 year, that helps because then you'll be able to get a better evaluation of what Mac Jones can do when he has a top receiver and stuff like that. Then next year, just trade up and get a marquee receiver. If he gives us 2 years, then that's great. I mean, if he gives me 2 solid years, preferably three, but 2 solid years, what more can you ask for at this point? What more can you ask for? So this is what we need. Belichick still wants to coach, so you got to have that competitive drive and do whatever it takes to give your team an advantage. You got to do it. It's not like we got to pay him like Tyreek Hill type of money and stuff like that. It's just downright silly how they're making it seem like money is an issue or whatever it is. So yeah, JB is fired up about this. Braden, what did you project for your Packers to finish up at record wise? Because I also been paying attention to the Green Bay Packers and like some of the projections that I'm seeing for Green Bay, and I'm seeing most of the time people are saying about a good 8 wins is what they're projecting for Green Bay. All right, so Braden says 9-8. Do you think 9-8 would be enough to get you guys into the playoffs? And what do you feel like would be success here for your Green Bay Packers? For you personally, what would look like success for your Packers? Is it just getting to the playoffs? Is it just finishing with a winning record? Is it just seeing Jordan Love just go out there and look like Jordan Love and not Jordan Teamu or something like that? What would be a good successful season for the Packers in your opinion? I think a lot of people are sleeping on Jordan Love. I feel like I'm not saying that I think that he's going to have like a top 10, top 15 type of season or anything like that, but I mean, top 15, like at 15 is not, crazy. He's got some weapons around him. He's got an established coach and stuff like that. The system's in place and he's familiar enough with the system having been there for a while. Sure, he hasn't been on the field often, but you got to start somewhere. Couple people even had the Bears sweeping the Packers. I was like, no, I don't see that happening. Maybe a split, but I don't see the Bears sweeping the Packers. I don't. I still don't see that yet. Although I like what the Bears did this offseason. All right, so Braden says figuring out if Jordan Love is our franchise quarterback and winning 7 to 10 games. Okay, 7 to 10 games. Okay, okay, but yeah, obviously finding out if Jordan Love is that guy, and Green Bay has made that very vocal by the way that they extend, like just the contract situation itself and stuff like that. Like they're basically saying this is your judgment year. If you don't make it happen here, we're gonna have some problems. Let's see. Brandon says, "Yeah, Bears are acting really cocky right now. They really are. I did notice that. They really are. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, let's just like Jet fans. They just assume they're gonna sweep the Patriots and stuff like that. I'm like, come on now, guys. Let's just see how the season looks. We all know every year there's such things as upsets and then momentum, how things are going. Let's just see how things go. But everybody just assume that the Patriots are going to just be at the bottom, and they assume that I mean, I feel like the Packers are getting almost as much disrespect, probably more disrespect than the Minnesota Vikings and stuff like that. Now everybody's in love with the Detroit Lions, and that scares me. Anytime everybody's on Detroit's bandwagon, that means that something's going to go wrong this season for Detroit. I think they'll be good, but I don't know if I have Detroit winning more than at most maybe 10 games this upcoming season. I mean, they may have a great offense, but that offense was really hitting last year. So you don't just wake up and then instantly get back to that. You're going to need a defense as well. You say Jet fans aren't annoying you anymore. Is the Bears fans now? I'll try to stay up with the times. Absolutely. But yeah, Jet fans, because I'm like, how are you guys projecting the Jets over the Dolphins for sure? Because I mean, if Tua does not, if he can stay injury free, I know that's a big if, a big, big if. But if Tua can stay upright and stuff like that with the weapons that he have, I mean, on paper, I still like the Dolphins more than the Jets on paper if Tua's healthy. And as for the Bills, I don't know what to say about the Bills. I really don't know what to say about the Bills right now. But I think they got a Stephon Diggs problem right now, so we'll see how that plays out. Braden says you projected the Lions would win. That they would be 11-6, and got a meat rider. Got called meat rider. Oh man, Braden. Yeah, people are harsh when it comes to predictions and stuff like that. Like they are very harsh and stuff like that. I'm like, I can't have everybody's favorite team going like 17 and 0. I still remember when the Titans picked up Julio Jones and stuff like that. And I projected them to go like, what did I project for them? Like I think 12 wins or something like that, and the people were appalled. Every Tennessee fan from here to Nashville came for me for projecting anything less than 15 wins for the Titans and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm like, you play the game, like you do realize injuries is a part of the game and stuff like that. And I know Julio's a big name, but I'm like, come on, guys, like like this is football. You don't just win because you make an acquisition here. You got to make sure everything gels first. And plus, Julio has a history of injuries and stuff like that. But it was insane. But after the season, everybody was silent. Those were the same Titan fans that came for me. I think when the Titans lost to, who did they lose to? It was a game in which Tennessee was playing a team, and Tennessee was without both Julio Jones and AJ Brown, and they ended up losing, I think, to the Jets that year actually, and stuff like that. And I called it. I called it before the game, and nobody was having it. Let's see. Brandon says I figured that out the hard way. LOL. You've got some interesting things said to you. Yeah, I'm telling you, like they are ruthless when it comes to that. I mean, they'll tell you that you don't know football, especially when it comes to the draft and stuff like that. I'm like, dang, I see why NFL teams don't listen to us and stuff like that when it comes to the draft. Because I'm like, dang, some of these people like, wow, like I had me questioning myself, like how much football do I know? Gee. Let's see. O says, I remember that, and he didn't anything from them other than steal money from them, and so that's all he did. That's all he did was got paid, and then went to Tampa Bay and stole some more money. But yeah, I remember that. All right, Mike Nolan under his first season as the Panthers coach, 3-4. But yeah, I mean, because they were so disappointed with Julio Jones. But last year was the Broncos. Like last year, the Broncos, they just thought they were gold. Raider fans also, I mean, when they acquired Devontae Adams and stuff like that, they thought it was going to just be. Because I remember watching the preseason. I watched the preseason last year, and the Raiders were the cockiest team on the sideline. All the starters just on the sideline, like they already won a championship and stuff like that. You know, they made it look so easy. I was like, dang, these guys must really be feeling it and stuff like that. Because they were super cocky. You never see that in the preseason, but those guys, they were super cocky in the preseason. Came regular season and it did not show at all and stuff like that. So insane, insane. All right, so here we go. So we're getting ready for the kickoff here for the game. Again, Michigan Panthers about to kick the ball off, and we're going to see what the Breakers can do with the football. Kickoff now on the way, and this game is officially started. He catches it from his own 11. He's at the 20. He's at the 30. Still running 40, 50, and he goes out of bounds at about the 41-yard line of the Panthers right now. So excellent return to get things started by Stove. And right now the Breakers are 4-3, and they're looking to break away and get some separation here and try to advance to 5-3. So we'll see how they do on the very first possession of the game. Braden says, "Go Breakers." Let's see. You say someone got mad at me with with your Patriots record prediction. What did they say? Did they say it was too high or too low? All right, so here we go. Breakers here with the football. Quarterback up under center. Three receivers, one tight end, one back in the backfield. Hands it to the back in the back. Breaks off one tackle, and he's going to pick up about a good 3 yards on the carry. That's going to make it 2nd and 7 right now from the Panthers' 37-yard line. All right, meanwhile, let me go ahead and sign in to put up the poll question here for this one. All right, so we go quarterback up under center. He's looking, throws it, and it's incomplete, but it hit Dixon right there on the hand, son. That's one you got to catch. I'm sorry, that's one that you just got to catch.
We handcraft every Stearns and Foster.
All right, so let's see. All right, let's see. So now we've got 3rd and 7, takes a snap, throws a quick pass there on the slant, and he picks up the first down, brought down at the Michigan 26-yard line, but got the completion. That time, Adams looking a little bit like Devontae Adams. Meanwhile, let me put up the poll question here. All right, takes a snap here, hands it to the back, and he stumbles for about 2 yards on the play. 2, 3 yards. Now we got second down coming up here, 2nd and 7 from the 24-yard line of Michigan. All right. All right, so we go shotgun here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Takes a snap. 2nd and 8. He's on the move, looking, throws it, has a man, and oh, did he get the completion there? Is it a catch? Is it incomplete? He thinks it's a catch. Let's see. Are they going to call it a catch? I need to see a replay here. All right, so looking at the replay, looks like a. I know he bobbled that one. Did he get the other foot down? You look at it. Oh, yeah, because he got that foot down there. So, but he did bobble it, so that should be incomplete. So, all right, so they mark it incomplete. 3rd and 8. Got about 5 seconds right now to play clock. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Take the snap. Defense sending pressure. Offensive line picks up great. Throws the ball, though, incomplete in the direction of Dixon, but there is a penalty right now. All right, let's see. Man, me having to restart my computer has just really changed a lot of the settings here for me. So give me 1 second. All right, let's see. Braden said he'll find a comment. Oh, it says he should have caught that. Braden says the person was mad I had the Pats above the Dolphins, and so, ooh. You actually had the Pats above the Dolphins there, Braden? Oh, wow. Yeah, you pissed off a hornet's nest on that one. No doubt about that. I appreciate the faith there because I exactly don't think that I have that being the only way I would do that is if I truly believe Tua's going to miss some time this season, then I think I would do that. But honestly, I don't know. Like, we just got to try to steal one from the Dolphins this year and see how it goes. We tend to always finish with a similar record as them. If we can just beat them head to head for a change, then we probably could finish above them. But I can see why they came after you for that. They're like, how dare you have an opinion? All right, so Bethel Thompson here, the quarterback for the Breakers. All right, got to protect the ball here near the red zone. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Shotgun formation. Takes the snap and hands it to the back in the back. Oh, he fumbled the ball. He fumbled the ball. Wow. That's a fumble and a turnover. They were just talking about turnovers and stuff like that. And wow, that is wow. Insane. All right, meanwhile, here, still trying to fix this setting here. Let's see if that fixes it. But man, what a turnover. All right, so give me 1 second here. Let's see. And you say, yeah, that's why you had them above the Dolphins. Okay, okay, I can't argue with that. Redden says, I do hope Tua stays healthy though, and so I'm hoping so too. But there are just some quarterbacks that even when I see them in fantasy football, I just have to assume they're going to end up missing some time throughout some point of the season and stuff like that. Guys like Tua, Jimmy Garoppolo, guys like that that you just know are going to end up missing some time and stuff like that. So we will see. But hey, that's what comes with the sport that we love so much. All right, let's see. Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, so after that turnover now, so Michigan will have the football for the first time today. So the defense, great job there getting the stop and forcing the turnover. I mean, he just coughed that ball up and stuff like that. And so when we come back from the commercial, Michigan will have the football here, first and 10 from their own 5 yard line here in the first quarter with 11 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. All right, so again, they'll be starting from deep within their own territory following that turnover there. So they will have to make sure to protect the football themselves, don't allow a safety, and just get some first down here, get some space to work with, honestly. That was an excellent tackle right there by the defensive back to come in there and just knock that ball loose. All right, so here we go. Tight end goes in motion. Multiple tight ends on the play. They snap the ball, give it to the back in the back. Trying to bounce it outside there and able to pick up about 2 yards on the play. That's Corbin with the carry. Second down coming up here, 2nd and 8 from their own 7 yard line. And this is Josh Love at quarterback. Last week he was 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 16 of 29 for 264 yards through the air. If he can just replicate that today, they should be in great hands. Shotgun formation here. Takes the snap. Throws it. Complete it. And he's going to get brought down at about the 10 yard line. We got third down coming up here. Very important third down. You never want to punt the ball this deep within your own territory. All right, so critical third down here. Let's see what happens. Can they get a first down? Love in the shotgun. They're going to go 5 wide here. Tight end goes in motion. So 4 receivers, 1 tight end. They snap the ball. Offensive line holding up. Love throws it over the middle, and it's going to be completed. Now, he went down close to the first down marker. I believe he got it. And let's see what they mark it at. Let's see. Braden says, I remember Trey Quinn. He was Mr. Irrelevant in the NFL draft. And so, hey, these Mr. Irrelevants, they're becoming relevant. They are becoming relevant. Oh man, let me know this, Ode, if you're still watching. Oh, let me know who have you made up your mind about who you're thinking about for the first pick of our fantasy draft? Like, you don't have to say who it is, but have you made up your mind yet? All right, meanwhile, they hand it to the back, and I mean, he just got a cloud of blue surrounding him. How he was able to turn that into positive yards is just an a testament to his, ability to get outside there. But man, there was a lot of guys in front of him. Offensive line has got to give him more space to work with. This is not the first time that we've seen him trying to just race the defense to the outside. Picked up a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 coming up, and 8 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. Again, Michigan with the football here. Their first offensive possession of the game, and their defense forced a turnover by ways of a fumble, preventing a score. Snaps the ball, throws a quick pass there, and he's going to get brought down from behind, takes it all the way to the 19-yard line. So right now they're moving the ball, but they're moving the ball about 3 yards here, 2 yards there, all of that. So let's see what happens here. Jeffrey, what's good with you? What's good with you? You say, let's go Panthers. So Jeffrey's got the Panthers here. Let's see. Braden says, oh, what spot will you be picking at? I got to check that again, Braden. I got to double check that real quick and see which spot you have from where you're going to be picking at and stuff like that. I'll try to take a look at that around halftime when I get a moment. And let's see. Oh, it says, welcome Jeffrey Hall. All right, takes the snap out of the shotgun, 3rd and 6, throws the ball over the middle, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. That time he tried throwing it into a tight window there, and the defense was not having it. And so 4th down coming up. So the Breakers able to force a punt here. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Both teams have now had the football once. And so after this punt, the Breakers will get the football for the second time here. And let's see if they can actually finish this time. Last time out there in the first drive for them, they drove the ball down there, but a fumble ended their possession. So we'll see what happens. But first things first, getting this punt off on the way. Let's see if we get a return here. And it is caught from his own 26. Going to try to go other side. Still running, and oh, he hurdled somebody, went out of bounds at about the 42-yard line here of New Orleans, so that's where they will take over from. Let's see, Braden says, hey, Jeffrey. All right, so let me see if I can take a look real quick here, Braden. 1 second. But now we're about to hit the commercial here. And again, no score so far in this one, but we're still in the first quarter with 7 minutes and 21 seconds to go. I did try to set up a stream like I think it was last weekend Saturday because I do have a partner of mine that I wanted to start doing some just some streams and stuff like that where we just discuss sports related topics and stuff like that, but he ended up bailing on me at like the last second and stuff like that, so I wasn't able to put that one together, but I did try to get some more interactive streams put together for us outside of these live streams here. But it feels great to be back, though. It feels great to be back. All right, again, we are at the commercial here. All right, let's see. All right, so looking at this. All right, Braden, you are picking 15th, Braden. You are picking 15th. So, yeah, so basically your pick is like two picks behind my pick and stuff like that. So, yeah, you're basically the second to last one to pick, at least by first round standards. So, you'll be the second first one in the second round and so forth as we keep switching. But yeah, you'll be starting off at pick 15 in our fantasy draft. Let's see. Old says, I don't know if I want JJ or C Mac. That's a really, 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 really good question there between those two, Christian McCaffrey and Justin Jefferson. Because I know for a fact Justin Jefferson won't get past in the zone since he's a Vikings fan and he picks second. So if you don't take Justin Jefferson, I know that he would love to take Justin Jefferson. I don't have to ask him that. I already know. So but it'll be very interesting to see how that goes, because honestly, Christian McCaffrey, we know what he looks like with the 49ers and the amount of points, whether it's throwing, whether it's running, whether it's catching, he does it all. But at the same time, can he be durable for an entire season or when you need him the most? That's my biggest question with Christian McCaffrey. All right, but here we go back to the game here. All right, so we got tight end going in motion, two receivers at the bottom of the screen, back in the backfield, play fake, picks up the blitz, throws it, and it is completed there. Steps back, and he's going to pick up about 11 yards on the play and a first down here for the Breakers. We got about 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Things are certainly heating up here on the season, and both of these teams here, Breakers at 4-3 and Panthers at 3-4. So right now, this is a very big game for both of these teams here at this point of the season. Shotgun formation. Breakers with the ball, throws it quickly, and it's completed. Trying to cut up field, but brought down immediately. So now we got 2nd and 7 coming up here. So 2nd and 7 coming up here from the Michigan 44-yard line. Now, Michigan defense came up big time last time out there, so let's see if they can replicate that and force another turnover, or can the Breakers capitalize and actually finish their drive this time? That's what we're looking to see. All right, let's see. O says, I just think Justin Jefferson will get double team more and be the main focus because they letting Cook go. I can see that as well. I can see that as well. Good point. Deep ball, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. And so, iconic chatter, what's good with ya? What's good with ya? How are you doing? And you say, wow, job, JB, how are you? I am doing pretty good. It feels great to be back here. It really does, and stuff like that. I feel like it has been quite the journey getting back here, but I am well. How about yourself? How about yourself? How has everybody been doing? Have you guys been doing anything fun as of late? Anything new going on that you want to mention? Let us know. Meanwhile, pass there, tried to get it in there, but incomplete. So, hey, that Panthers defense right there stepping up big time. Stepping up big time. All right, let's see. Did it take down my poll question already? I might need to put the poll question back up there. Let me see something real quick, guys. And so Iconic says it's Mike. And so I kind of thought so. I kind of thought so just because for some reason I assume that every orange icon that pops up is you. But how are you doing? All right, meanwhile, fourth and seven. You say, where have you been? Hope all is great. And so when I tell you, like last week, my laptop, it just gave me the black screen and stuff like that. So that took about 7 hours to fix. And then earlier today, a lot of stuff been going on. Been trying to work multiple jobs as well. So a lot of stuff going on. But able to make some time here for today. And you say, not sure Bills need Cook, brother, but he won in. And so, thank you, someone who gets it, because I was saying the same thing earlier. I was saying, I don't think that Dalvin Cook, when the Vikings let him go, needs to go to the Bills. You guys already got James Cook. You already got your own Cook. You picked up Damian Harris. Now, had you not picked up Damian Harris, then sure, if you wanted to use the Cook brothers and stuff like that, I get it. But no, you just have too many mouths in the backfield. Then if you add Dalvin Cook, and it will hurt James Cook development if you went and got a exact replica of him and stuff like that. So absolutely. And let's see, I kind of says so much to talk about, JB. That's right, so much, so much. Let's see, Old says, what's good, Mike? What's your opinion on the Bills giving your defensive tackle that new contract? I did see that. I did see that mega contract there for Ed Oliver. That was big time. Let's see. Iconic says mega contract Ed Oliver. He is maybe backup good. Don't get it. And so they paid him based upon, and I always get confused sometimes when teams do this, but they paid him based upon what they believe that he can be and stuff like that instead of what he actually is and stuff like that. But that was pretty wild. That was pretty wild. Tell me this here. Do you think that Buffalo should go after Hopkins? Do you want to see your Bills go after DeAndre Hopkins? Let me know your thoughts on that. All right, let's see. Great to have you when we get you. And so, hey, appreciate that. Let's see. O says, you all did so just Patriots have to pay Bays more and more. And so that's the strategy, huh? That's the strategy. Get us to have to pay more. And again, if you're just tuning in right now, we are currently at the commercial, so we're not missing anything right now. Neither team has scored so far in this one. First quarter with just over 5 minutes to go here. Panthers with the football from their own 11-yard line. So that's one thing that you'll notice so far that's been a story in this first quarter. Every time the Panthers get the football, they're deep within their own territory, but their defense has been playing bend but don't break so far in this one. So they have not allowed a point. So let's see what happens when we get back to the action. All right, so Iconic says that you see a great chance that the Pats get him. And so I would love to see that. I would love to see that personally. You say everyone's saying Hopkins ring over money. I say you're nuts. And so, but if he's looking for money, though, you know he ain't gonna find it with us. If he's looking for money, if he's looking for money, he probably gonna end up back in Houston because he ain't gonna find it here with us. You know how Bill's cheap. You know how Bill is cheap. But here we go. They snap the ball, gives it to the back in the back. Off the right tackle. Still running. Still rumbling near the sideline. And he's finally pushed out of bounds. But man, what a big time carry on the play. And that's Corbin there with the carry. And what a carry it was. What a carry that was. I mean, look at that play again. That time followed the tight end, and then great blocking by the receivers as well. Gave him time to get to the hole without holding the defensive back as well. So gave him just enough time there. The receiver and the tight ends. Great blocking on that play. Let's see. Iconic says yes, but zero money. And look at this again. Another carry. And I mean, my goodness. I mean, he's got time to high step and all like that. I mean, wow. He really wasn't touched till he got to the first down marker. Look at that. The breakers right now are not breaking down when it comes to the outside tackling here. Look at that. Went inside, saw nothing but grass in front of him to the outside. I mean, as a defensive coordinator, this is not what you want to see. Let's see. Iconic says Corbin is USFL King Henry. Let's see. Iconic says go to the Texans then. All right, Old says you have a question for everyone in the chat. What grade do you give your team for what they did in the draft? And so that is a great question. Meanwhile, throws the ball, and oh, what a nice catch right there. What a nice catch. And so that's going to be a first down there. Walker with the reception. Now we're looking at 1st and 10 right now from the New Orleans 32-yard line. Let's see. Iconic says go to the Texans then. Do you feel that your team has done enough to get you guys where you want to be at, Iconic? Because for the Bills, it's Super Bowl or bust. Do you feel like your team has done enough? Or what more do you think they need to do to reach that point if they haven't? All right. Let's see. And again, still trying to mess with some of the settings here on my end. So let's see. Yeah, just trying to mess with some of the settings here on my side. For some reason, it won't let me create another poll question. All right, let's see. Okay, so I can see the poll now. I don't know what's going on with my settings here, but I'll have to figure that out. All right, let's see. Old says for the patch, you give them a strong B plus. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, Iconic says a D. He says a D. Nope. And let's see. We needed a good number two receiver. Hard added Hartley. And so yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. You're right about that. What is your rankings though when it comes to the AFC East, particularly? How do you rank the AFC East from top to bottom and stuff like that? Really interested to see who do you see as the biggest threat in the division, Iconic. Let us know how you rank the AFC East. And everybody else, just chime in and let me know specifically how do you rank the AFC East from the best team to the worst team. Again, we are here at the commercial. Still no score so far in this one, but Panthers here with the football, and they've had some big running plays, and so we'll see how that finishes off this drive. But so far, they're on the move. All right, let's see. Oh, it says, I like the tight end the Bills drafted. He'll be moving around a lot and line up in the slot also. And so now I do like their tight end. I do. And stuff like that. It's just I had been really hoping that they just don't go after Hopkins. I know Hopkins would like to be there and stuff like that, or at least that was the thought originally. But I don't know what Hopkins wants to do, honestly. All right, let's see. Iconic says the Bills, Pats, Dolphins, Jets. So, do you really view the Patriots as that second team in the division? Iconic. And let's see. Oh, it says Bills, Dolphins, Pats, Jets in that order. Okay, okay, okay. Definitely Bills number one. Cement them in number one. I think, other than that, for me, the biggest question is how many games do I think Tua's going to play? If Tua's healthy, I got Dolphins number two. If Tua's not healthy and stuff like that, then that's going to create some problems for them. But I definitely, right now, I still got the Patriots above the Jets because I feel like Bill Belichick can still game plan against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets here. So I feel like that's why he's doing everything he did defensively so he can try to counter their offense. And if our offense can just move the ball some and stuff like that, we'll be up for that game. I promise we'll be up for whenever we play the Jets. For some reason, we're always up for them and stuff like that. And so, Panda, what's good with you? What's good with you? And you say Dolphins on top. Okay, I hear you. Let's see. Iconic says Bills should have grabbed Mingo this year. Metcalf, or that's years on Green Bay. Watson and so the eight. Watson would have been it. But yeah, Mingo, that would have been a great one there. Let's see. Oh, it says I just don't trust Jets because they always find a way to screw it up. I honestly see the Jets finishing kind of like how Green Bay finished last year with a similar record, sort of like that, sort of. Is what I kind of sort of think. Or maybe even a better comparison, maybe what Brett Favre did when he was with the Jets and stuff like that. Pretty similar record wise. Let's see. Iconic says Rodgers wash. Dolphins quarterback injured a lot, and Patriots got some talent. And so it's going to come down to the quarterbacks. If the Patriots are going to do it, that means that Tyquan Thornton turned out to be a beast, higher than I even thought, and stuff like that. And then like the rest of those pieces, it's just gonna have to come together. But it's going to be on the hands of Mac Jones and stuff like that. But make no mistake, I mean, for me, if the Dolphins quarterback is healthy and stuff like that, the Dolphins are going to be that team that's just built. Like I seen what they did in the playoffs last year, and it was like even though they didn't have Tua and stuff like that, they're in that wild card game. Like it was just like they've got the pieces. They do. So it's just a matter of can they be healthy. That's their biggest question throughout the season. And so let's see. Panda says, I like your vibe. Just sub. Hey, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. And welcome to JB Nation. Welcome to JB Nation. Absolutely. Let us know, who's your favorite, NFL team, NBA team, college sports as well, and all the sports you like. Just let us know. But glad to have you here. And let's see. Iconic says, I love my cousin's Panthers. And you say Bryce UG. And so, hey, now, Bryce, I'm looking forward to seeing him in Carolina as well because that division, I feel like it's going to come down to, I say the Panthers, the Falcons, and yeah, Panthers and Falcons, I would say. Of course, Tampa Bay, if Baker Mayfield can go out there and just play, at a high level or just decent, they'll be close, but I just don't believe in them, and I don't believe in the Saints anymore and stuff like that. I feel like they're falling apart. Even though they picked up Derek Carr, I just don't believe in them anymore. So, Panthers and Falcons, they can fight for it this year. All right, here we go. Panthers with the football, throws it, and it's incomplete. Tight coverage there, incomplete. Third down coming up, 3rd and 10 coming up. And let's see, Iconic says, Mac regressed, need to be back to year one and better. And so, Iconic, I would say from Mac Jones, and I said it earlier as well, I feel like Mac Jones, if he can go out there and look like how Daniel Jones looked last year, that's a W right there. That's a W. So focus on turnovers. Don't turn the ball over a lot, and then get 20 something touchdown passes. If you can do that, that's good. Now I can't. You don't have a true number one wide receiver yet, so you're limited in terms of what you can do. But I do feel like he can still go out there and have his best year as a starter yet. That is very possible. He's going to be highly motivated given how everything played out last year and stuff like that. So he knows that he has a short leash, so I expect him to go out there and do just better than what we've seen so far and stuff like that. Not saying it's going to be some, like insane season. Like, please, no, JB's not saying that. I'm not saying he's going to go out there, throw some 31 touchdowns, 10 or I'm not saying nothing like that and stuff like that. But something like, 22 to 25 touchdown passes. Well, I'll say 22 to 26 touchdown passes, and make sure that is no more than 8 interceptions. If you can keep it to 8 or below, that's okay. That's okay. All right, let's see. Panda says, thanks, Braden. How long have you been a part of JB Nation? And let's see. All right, let's see. Old says, no problem. Everyone is welcome here. JB and us in the chat. Always try to have a great stream chat. That is a fact, for sure. That is a fact. Absolutely. But meanwhile, speaking of which, we just seen a missed field goal there by the Panthers there. It looked like it had the distance, but he missed it. So far, still no score in this one, despite Michigan having a great drive there. We're still trying to see who's going to get the first points of the game. It has been a very defensive game so far in this one. Breakers hand the ball to the back, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up here, 2nd and 10. Ball right now at the Breakers 41-yard line. Let's see. Let's see. Panda says, "Dang, how much subs did he used to have?" And so, yeah, time is flying. That's time is flying. You mentioned 2021. I'm like, yeah, that's going back a little bit now. But time is flying. All right, snaps the ball here at quarterback and throws it, completed. Still trying to fight before he goes out of bounds there. That's Dixon with the reception. And so now we got a 1st down. Let's see, Iconic says, that's the JB we love so much. Oh, loving on basic. And so, absolutely, absolutely. Let's see, Iconic says, recap the Pats draft again, please, and off season at some point. And so, great conversation there for halftime for sure. I'll be sure, just remind me if I don't go to it immediately, remind me at halftime because we got a lot to catch up on for sure. So, probably can't be all caught up on one stream, but definitely. All right, throws that one and it's completed over the middle, and that's going to be a pickup of 8 yards on the play. So now we got 2nd and 2 coming up, and the ball is currently at Michigan 37-yard line. Again, 24 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, so they can opt to just run out the rest of the time in the first quarter and take this one to the second quarter. But yeah, I mean, recapping the draft though, definitely will love to do that for sure. Now, are there some things that my team missed that we could have certainly did? No doubt about it. There were some question marks that Bill left me with for sure after the draft, but to say this and to say that, there were some positives as well, particularly our first two picks and then some of our later picks in the draft as well. Now, the ones in the middle left some to be desired and stuff like that. I feel like Bill didn't have his coffee that time. I don't know what was going on. Maybe Bill just had said it was a long process. He was tired. He just threw in a name and said, "All right, we'll just make that pick." All right, so Ode says Patriots draft Christian Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to be a star. He's going to be a star. I love that pick. I never for a second thought that we were going to end up with Gonzalez, in our defensive backfield. So I love the kid. I'm excited about that pick. And then Edge, taking White, that was big as well. Really excited for him as well because I feel like he can be a staple on that defensive line. I know he's going to get after it. I see his personality. He's a no nonsense type of guy. He's going to get after it. So those two picks I absolutely loved. It's just me personally. I would have wanted to see us, select, a playmaker out there, to help the offense out, but, or especially the offensive line, but those two are definitely going to make us better defensively for a long term. And then I'm looking at how they're using our linebacker slash safety hybrid there in Mapu. And hey, the guy, I mean, it's related to Junior Seau and stuff like that. And the Patriots have high expectations for him. I already hear in training camp and stuff like that. They're just, mini camp and stuff. They're just really giving this kid a lot to chew on because they have high expectations and they really have a game plan for him. And when you draft a guy like that, they had a vision for him. So I'm starting to see how this vision looks for him. So with that being said, I do like that pick now. It's just I really wanted us to address some other holes and stuff like that too. But hey, I like that as well. And then let's see, I said three inside of the offensive line. And so, yeah, we'll see how those guys pan out. And you say second best kicker. I just hope that this year we keep the kicker and stuff like that. Because last time we drafted the kicker, we ended up not keeping him and stuff like that. I hope the kid turns out to be who we expect him to be. I do have question marks about the kicker. Now, the punter, he's got to go out there and hopefully, just be great and stuff like that. We did lose our punter, so pretty sure he'll come in, make an impact. Can't say that I studied the punter like that. But the kicker, I am going to be watching like a hawk because I need to know why we traded up for this kicker and stuff like that. He better prove it to me that he was worth that draft pick and stuff like that. Now, the receivers that we got late, I love those guys. Love those guys. Like Butte, he's got all the potential in the world. Came in a highly recruited athlete from LSU, and you guys know how those LSU wide receivers are and stuff like that. This kid could be a diamond in the rock. And then not only that, the other guy that we got as well, he's doing some good things as well. So I'm liking what I'm hearing so far in terms of what some of these guys are going to bring to the defense and special teams and stuff like that. And I'm very hopeful for our sixth round pick wide receiver Butte. I'm hoping that he turns out to be what I think he can be and stuff like that. So we'll dive into that deeper though. We will dive into that deeper. Let's see. It says I don't even remember when I joined JB Nation. It has been a while though. It has been a while. All right, and looking at both teams and where they stand right now in the division, you look at the South standings. I mean, they got some flat out ballers on that side. And so, if you're New Orleans, you really don't want to lose right now. I mean, everybody's 2-2 in that division, so all of these games they matter that much more and stuff like that. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, if you can get to 4-4 after this game, that's huge. Let's see. Bill signed a better offensive tackle to help Spencer Brown last week. And meanwhile, Breakers with the football. All right, so here we go. Second down coming up. Again, this is the start of the second quarter. Both teams scoreless so far in this one. Breakers here with the football. Second and 7 coming up. Bethel Thompson is in at quarterback, and he's been quarterbacking the duration so far this game. He's 5 of 9 for 47 yards through the air. Let's see. It kind of says you guys got a star to root for. And so, well, I know that we drafted a couple stars on defense. Now, offense, I right now I call it wishful thinking, but I honestly do feel like there is a chance that some of these young guys can emerge. All right, now there is a penalty right now. All right, so there's a penalty here. Let's see, it kind of says breakers are in the south. And so, yep, absolutely. So in the south and currently last place. I was a little surprised to see that given their record. It's just extremely competitive. And let's see, oh, it says, don't forget JB Mapu is the nephew of Sayal. And so, yep. And so you best believe that that was definitely on the Patriots' mind when they made that select. Well, when they probably started, when they really started to really check this kid out. I'm pretty sure it had a lot to do with that. And they like what they saw. All right, but here we go. Second and 17 after the penalty. But it doesn't matter about the penalty when you can throw passes like that. And Adams still running towards the end zone. And he's fighting, and he's about a yard shy of the end zone. Wow. What a play. Let's see. Iconic says, I thought MBT was going to be better quarterback. Look at that throw. 21 fell to the ground there, and he threw it like in the middle there, but there was a small window, and he got it in there. And wow, Adams did the rest, falling up a yard shy of the end zone. Snaps the ball, gives it to the back, and it looks like, is it a touchdown? I think it's a touchdown. We're just waiting on the official word here, and it is a touchdown. Wes Hills with the touchdown. He got to cap it off, but we all know it was that pass that set them up there to get him there. So we got our first points of the game here by way of New Orleans here, and so that's going to give them the lead. So let's see what they opt to do here on the extra point attempt. Iconic says, you hope the Harris is good. Are we in trouble? I'll put it this way. Iconic, when it comes to Harris, Harris is good. He's good. His problem has just been injuries and stuff like that. But if you get him healthy and stuff like that, now I will say this: I caution though during the red zone, giving him too many carries, as he's been known to cough the ball up a couple times. Whether it's typically in the second half. For some reason, I always remember it happens in the second half and stuff like that when it comes to him. Normally, Bill would just bench him the rest of the game when he does that. And so, but extra point is good. All right, so the Breakers lead 7-0, our first points of the game here in the second quarter with 13 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Again, that pass to Adams, and Adams, he took it all the way to the one. So let's see how Michigan responds when we come back. All right, guys, we got 10 votes right now. 5 believing in Michigan, 5 believing in New Orleans right now. So 10 votes, and we are split right down the middle so far in this one. All right, so we talked about the AFC East a lot here, and I know that obviously, I mean, maybe most of us might have teams in the AFC East and stuff like that, but how do you guys view the NFC East? Let's go NFC East. Give me your best to worst teams and all like that. Well, from first to last place for what you're projecting for this upcoming season in the NFC East for this upcoming season. You guys let me know from best to worst who you got. We went through the AFC East, so now we'll do the NFC East this time. Again, the question, the NFC East, how do we rank them from best to worst? Again, in case you're having difficulty remembering, the NFC East consists of the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Football Giants, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Washington, whatever they're calling themselves these days. I guess Commanders still until they have to change it again. But yeah, those four teams. What do you guys think best to worst? Now, for me, I mean, the Eagles have been on a mission. They've been on a tier when it comes to the draft and stuff like that. I like what they've been doing the last couple of years. They clearly, they clearly love what they're seeing from UGA. That's for sure. Like what they did in the interior of that defensive line. So I'm saying that the Eagles are still first and stuff like that. Eagles are still first in that division. I got Cowboys second. Third, I have, I still got the Giants third, and fourth, the Commanders as of right now. But what do you guys think? All right, let's see. Iconic says, great seeing all the guys you get a chance in the NFL from XFL, but McCarron's not gonna. And so I believe that AJ McCarron had made the personal choice that he wanted for his children to actually see him play as opposed to him being on the sideline and stuff like that on the NFL roster. So he made it seem like this was a decision for him in which he just chose not to do the NFL. But yeah, it is always great seeing guys like him, De'Aaron King, just guys that you always root for, especially at the college level and stuff like that. It's just great to see everybody get to play, year round, different, levels. Meanwhile, Panthers here bring it out to the 28-yard line. Let's see how they respond. So Love is going out there. They're trailing 7-0, second quarter, 13 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Let's see how these Panthers respond here on this drive. All right, let's see. Iconic says the Eagles need safety, could use a better running back, but they are a perfectly constructed team. Hurts gets any better, he will pull from 4-2 behind Mahomes. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that. And so as long as he stays healthy and he has a healthy AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, I've got no concerns in terms of what he'll do. He got the bag. They gave it to a guy who's going to go out there and consistently work even harder. And so I promise you, Jalen Hurts, he wanted that Super Bowl and he's driven by that. Some guys, they get the bag and that's all they wanted. Dak Prescott, he got the bag. He's happy with the bag. Sure, the guy wants to win, but I think he's happy with the fact that he got the bag and stuff like that. You'll see that from some guys and stuff like that. It's just human nature sometimes, but not for Jalen Hurts. I've got no doubt he's even more hungrier this year and he's been working out extremely hard to get even better. Another year in the system, too. Look out. Just got to stay healthy. That's it. Just got to stay healthy. All right. Ball thrown, and the ball was tipped there. So lucky for them, not intercepted. Now we got third and long coming up here. Third and 12 from their own 28-yard line here. You're trailing 7-0. Let's see if they can make a play when they need to. All right, so let's see. So Iconic says he's got the Eagles first, Giants second, Cowboys third, Washington fourth. For me, I had the Cowboys above the Giants. I like the fact the Cowboys picked up, Brandon Cooks. I was looking to see if the Giants were going to get a true number one receiver to come in there. I still don't know who the best receivers are for the Giants, to be honest with you, and stuff like that. So that's why I had the Cowboys above the Giants for that reason. And it's going to be tough on Daniel Jones to take that next step if he doesn't have a big time playmaker to throw the ball to. Now they did pick up Darren Waller, but Darren Waller though, like I would not draft Darren Waller in fantasy football because I can't trust him to stay on the field. Now if he could stay on the field, that's big time. Him. I know they got Bellinger as well at tight end, so I do like their tight end room and stuff like that. And if Saquon, he got to be healthy again, just like last year. Got to stay healthy like he was last year. All right, punt on the way. Let's see if we're gonna return here by the Breakers. And he fair catches it at the 32-yard line, so that's where New Orleans will take over from their own 32-yard line. All right, let's see. Old says he's got the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders. Okay. Iconic says NFL familiar enough with McCarron. He is done. Let's see. HDC, what's good with ya? And you say, how have the Panthers look today? Inconsistent as usual. And so you are correct, my friend. And so right now they did have one drive where they were able to run the ball to the outside. I feel like they need to get back to trying to run the ball to the outside. That was working, that one drive there, but they ended up missing the field goal. Outside of that, though, they have just not really made much of a splash so far in this one. But defensively, though, they had a couple of times where they did get some key stops defensively, but like you said, not being consistent at all. at all. So they trail right now 7-0. We're at the commercial right now. Here in the second quarter, 11 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Absolutely. But appreciate you for coming through. How are you doing? Let's see. Iconic says, I would like them to convince him and Rosen and players like Gann and others need to faces to be faces of teams. And so, okay. Let's see. You say you really miss Jay Smith, Bo Scarborough, and Scooby. And so, okay, bet. Bet. Let's see. Old says, JB, what's your opinion on Ja and his issues? I think he should be gone from the NBA 2 to 3 months so he can get his personal life straight out before he gets kicked out the NBA or worse. And so, honestly, I was talking with a couple of my friends earlier about the situation with Ja and just gauging, like different opinions and stuff. And so I've seen some people say, I've seen the term like 17 games being thrown out. So I guess that would equate to, about maybe 2, 3 months or something like that, potentially. Me, I think we need to send a message and stuff like that. Give him a similar suspension to, if anybody can remember what Gilbert Arenas received for his suspension, because this is the closest scenario I can think of. But if anybody can remember what Gilbert Arenas, I think it was Gilbert Arenas, and who brought the gun into the locker room and stuff like that. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head if he got like 50 something games and stuff like that, but maybe you look at about half a season, maybe, or something like that. It's got to be a message here because we just had a warning issued to him. If this was the first time issued a warning, a game or two, a couple weeks, sure. But he missed some time already. He came back and did it immediately again and stuff like that. I don't want him to reach Antonio Brown status and stuff like that. I really don't want him to reach that point where you can't reason to him then and it's just going to continue to happen. So we need to bring down the hammer harsh here. I'm usually not someone that says bring it down too harsh and stuff like that, but I feel like he really needs that wake up call because I'm afraid that he's going to ruin all his sponsorships. He's going to ruin all his money, and I don't want to see that happen to him. So the best way that we can protect him is we got to really send a strong message to him because the people that's in his circle right now, they're not helping him the way that you need to help a star by not putting him in that situation. If you really care, because you around him, you guys are enjoying, the whole experience of, like the whole NBA lifestyle. That's great. That's cool. But stuff like that can get him in trouble, and you can't let your boy go out like that. So that's my thoughts on the situation. So if I was in charge of the suspension personally, I'd give him an entire season and stuff like that out. But JB's not in charge here, so I'd be cool with closer to half a season and stuff like that. But if I was the one making the rules here, he'd receive a year-long suspension and stuff like that if I was in charge personally. Because we're not doing this. We're not going to keep going back and forth like this. Like, we're going to send a message now. You're in hot water, and so you got to change your ways. But again, if y'all think JB's being too harsh, just let me know if you think I'm being too harsh, or if you get my point, let me know as well. All right, but Bethel Thompson just threw a completion there that got him the first down. So right now, Breakers, they're leading 7-0, under 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. All right, looking to the sideline, making adjustments here. All right, quarterback up under center. Three receivers, one back in the backfield. Got a tight end also. Snaps the ball. Play fake. Pressure all around him, and they bring him down. They bring him down. Great job there by 57 of the defense. Speaks to make a move to get to the quarterback. Didn't give him time to make that pass. That time they sent five guys there and was able to get to him. All right, so after the sack, it is second and 19. Breakers with the football. 9 minutes left to go here before the half. All right, so we got four receivers here. One backs, takes the snap, throws it. It's completed. Let's see, he's at the 42 and going to get brought down at about the 43-yard line. So now third down coming up here. Again, 8 minutes and 38 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Breakers up 7-0. Let's see. Iconic says, I think media resentful saying Bills were so good and they just gave up in the playoffs. And so, Alpha, what's good with ya? What's good with you? You say NBC might be the best quarterback in New Orleans, and that's the Saints included. And so, ooh, I can, you know what? No arguments here. No arguments here. Here we go. 3rd and 10. Throws it. And it's completed again. Okay, for a big time first down. I love it. In key situations right now, he is finding Adams when it matters the most and he wants a big play. He is targeting Adams and it's working. I can't blame him. I mean, I'm not sure if we got Devontae Adams running out there or what, but he is getting open and getting the football and he's making some plays in this one. And so, Lewis, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope all is well. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation, quarterback bootlegging, looking, gonna throw it back to the back end. Oh, I like the concept there. Defense seen it there. If he'd have got there a little bit earlier, though, probably could have made a play there. Now there is a penalty here, and that was Jones that made the catch. So we do have a penalty here. Let's see. Braden says, "Hey, Lewis." All right, so that's going to be a personal foul there called against Michigan. All right, so yep. Oh, I see the personal foul there. You came in there, and so that shoulder hitting the helmet, I see it there. All right, so we go first and fifth. I'm sorry, 1st and 10 right now. Ball at the 18-yard line here of Michigan. They snap the ball, give it to the back and the back. Nice full head of steam there. Picks up about a good 6 yards on the play, but there is a penalty. So yet another penalty here. We had a nice clean game early on. Now a couple penalties coming in. Let's see. Lewis says Braden. Lewis, I know you got money tonight on the Heat and the Nuggets. So how is that looking for you? Meanwhile, referees are discussing right now. Lewis says Bron owes me money, JB. Seems like he owes a lot of us these days. A lot of us. All right, so let's see. Alpha says, here we go, Steelers. The Steelers going to be a sleeper this year. The way they finished last year and our draft was lit. Kenny freaking Pickett will win the MVP. Just watch. LOL, at least dreaming. And so, hey, Pickett is going to definitely take another leap here. And for me, it goes hand in hand, with him and Pickens. So Pickett to Pickens, that's going to be a nice combination and stuff like that. It really is. For me, it's just a matter of when is Najee Harris going to go ahead and be able to look like the guy that you guys drafted him to be. He's had some okay to good seasons so far, but I feel like he can be even better. But that's going to be fully dependent on that offensive line. The better the offensive line the Steelers have, the better the Pittsburgh Steelers will be, because that's what's going to determine how good the Pittsburgh Steelers are. They've got the pieces, young pieces. It is the offensive line that will determine how great that they end up being this upcoming season and stuff like that. So it can be an exciting year. It can be an exciting year. All right, let's see. O says, "Now I understand where you're coming from, JB. He needs a reality check." Let's see. Braden says, Gilbert Arenas suspension was 50 games. And so I would match that. I would match that. 50, I would probably match that, honestly. Let's see. Iconic says, you hate watch the Lakers. They're like the Patriots always win or Alabama. I feel you there. I feel you there, man. But you know me. I love the Lakers and stuff like that. So it made me so happy that we were able to salvage our season and stuff like that. And I'm rooting for Denver, though. I want to see Denver do it and stuff like that because, Jokic, he's just that guy. He's just that guy. All right, here we go. 3rd and goal. Throws into the end zone. And oh, what a catch. What a catch. Now, Dixon had a couple drops earlier, but he caught the one that matters the most in the end zone there for the touchdown to extend the lead right now to 13-0 right now over the Panthers here. So 5 minutes, 23 seconds left to go. Now, Michigan, plenty of time to try to get some points here, before the half. You got plenty of time to work with. No worries there. You got your timeouts there. We'll see how they respond. But a great job there for New Orleans to get that one. That time, the defender just slipped on the play. Number 30, he just slipped on the play. Let's look at that replay there. Yeah, he slipped on the play. Yeah, you can't have that happen there if you're the defense. Now they're going to go for the extra point kick. Kick is on the way, and it is good. So that's going to make the lead 14-0 favor of the Breakers here. But yeah, Braden says 50 games. Let's see, Iconic says you hate. Okay, bet. And Alpha says this is a cool channel, new sub for sure. Hey, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So, other than the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are some of your other favorite teams? Whether we're talking NBA, whether we're talking college sports, heck, even if it's hockey, baseball. Let me know all your favorite sports for sure, for sure. Absolutely. So this is now another Steeler fan to the channel here. So I'm sure Carmichael would love that when he's on. He's gonna love that. All right, so far we got 15 votes in, and 53% believe that Michigan will win this game. 47% believe it'll be the Breakers here. Again, we are right now currently at the commercial here. Again, another 5 minutes and 26 seconds here before we reach halftime. All 14 points here for the Breakers have came so far in the second quarter. So they have found their offense and their stride in this quarter. So right now it's up to Michigan to start responding right now. Let's see. So Lewis. All right. So +9 Miami. Bet. I mean, there's money to be made now if Miami can come through. There's money to be made. Now that series that they played against Boston though, that was weird. Like that series against Boston was weird. And I don't know what to say about Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, but Jalen Brown reminded me a little bit of myself in middle school. Lots of turnovers and stuff like that. And Tatum, I mean, I don't know what Tatum was doing. I mean, I'm sure that last game, perhaps the injury impacted that, but Tatum has all the tools you need, but he doesn't have the mindset. I wish he played with like that mindset that I'm just going to go after it every time. He's very quick to reference Kobe Bryant, but he does not replicate that on the court at all, and it costed them. It costed them. Let's see. Iconic says, then they fired Doc. You say that's bull, and so you say he should not have been fired there. And so what gets me is James Harden seeming like he wants to have a reunion with the Rockets and stuff like that. And I was like, you want to go to the Rockets? Why? I'm like, why? Why do you want to go to the Rockets there? I mean, no offense against them, but why would they want you back to begin with? And why would you want to go back there? I get the history and stuff like that, but I mean, that's a move that says I'm ready to retire. Basically, that's what that move says. Like I just want to go back to the place where I had the most success at, go there, and then just play a year, maybe two, collect a check, and then eventually just ride off into the sunset. That's what that tells me. He's tired of competing. He's tired of expectations. All right, so here we go, getting ready for the kickoff here. Breakers kick things off. Panthers, let's see if they get a good return. Catches at the 5. He's at the 10 right now. 20, 25, 30. And he's brought down at about the 38-yard line. So that is where the Panthers will take over here. Great field position. Let's see. Iconic says, Lewis loved the gamblers. And you say, what Watson gonna do? Ooh. What will Watson do this year? All right, so hear me out. Last year, I was quick to say I'm not going to judge him off of his play that did since he missed so much of the season last year. I feel like Cleveland has really worked to make sure that they give him some weapons to work with and stuff like that. If they can manage to add Hopkins, that'll be tremendous, but I doubt that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but Cleveland has a lot of talent still. They have a lot of talent, honestly. And how good Watson is depends on how well that's going to gel. But they're in a tough division, a very tough division and stuff like that. And while I'm talking, guys, be sure to let me know when it comes to the AFC North division. How do you rank that division from best to worst team in that division? Go ahead and put that in the chat section so that way I can go through that when I get a second here. But definitely let me know how you guys rank them. But as for the Browns, I could see them potentially being a breakout team and stuff like that. I don't think they're going to win the division, of course, but I can see them getting back into the playoff because it was just a couple years ago they had a playoff team. That's why they went after a guy like Watson. We're talking about the Jets and their acquisition of Aaron Rodgers. If Watson goes out there and looks like Watson, maybe not peak Watson, but just look good, like I feel like he still can, then that's going to drastically help this Browns team. But that division might end up being the toughest division this year, honestly, because there's going to be a lot of tough games there. So, whew, we're going to see. Let's see. Iconic says, should Embiid have been the MVP? I'm gonna answer that one right here and now. In my opinion, no. No, in my opinion, no. I don't think so. I think he had a great year, but no. All right, but here we go. Second and 14. Panthers looking deep shot over the middle. Oh, he overthrew the receiver. Overthrew him there. I like the idea. Just bring it down a little bit. Give your guy a better chance. But hey, that was a good throw. I mean, not a good throw, a good play call. Because you got it in between the safeties there. Good decision there. It's just, if it was just a little bit, and that's tough because you have to throw it over Steven's head and stuff like that. But a little bit better ball placement there could have gave him a better opportunity to make a play. But now we got third and 14 coming up. 3 minutes and 57 seconds left to go. You don't want New Orleans to get the ball back without you scoring right now. Takes the snap. Feels the pressure. They hit him while he threw it. They hit him while they threw it. Now we're going to say it's incomplete. We're going to say it's incomplete. But fourth down coming up. So, wow. Breakers right now really having full control of the momentum at this point. All right, let's see. Iconic says, Alpha, go over your draft grade for the Steelers. And so, I know the Steeler fans were happy with their draft. But definitely go through that draft there and let us know your grade there for the Steelers draft for sure. All right, so we got the punt team out. Gonna punt the ball. Ooh, so yeah, so that's gonna go into the end zone there. So they'll take over from their own 20-yard line again. Right now, the Breakers, they're up 14-0, and you have an opportunity to try to add some more points here before the half. So big opportunity here. So we'll see what they do here. Again, for the Panthers here, you're gonna need your defense to get back to doing what they were doing in the first quarter and shutting these guys down. You prefer a 3 and out here if you are the Panthers. All right, let's see. Iconic says Miami Panthers won in hockey. Miami winning in NBA. I'm gonna say no, Mike. I'm gonna say no on that one. I'm gonna say that Denver wins it. I'm gonna be nice and say in five because I really feel like it's gonna be a sweep and stuff like that. But I'm gonna say in five, Denver wins it. I feel like Denver won without having to play their best because they wasn't pushed to play their best last game. All right, here we go. Quarterback throws it, and what's he think this is? Two-hand touch? I mean, the defender literally reached out and put two hands on him and thought he was going to stop, I guess. Wow. But he takes that one all the way to the 45-yard line there of New Orleans. Again, they went five wide there, so they are looking to move the ball, spread them out. And that time he got a matchup that he wanted. Linebacker came in for the blitz, but too slow. But yeah, he literally just put two hands on the guy back as if this was two-hand touch. If you watch that replay, you'll see he literally just reached a hand out. All right, here we go. First and 10. Shotgun formation. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. They're going to hand it to the back, but the back brought down in the backfield there. So some positive play right there for the Panthers. Marino there with the tackle. Second and 11 coming up. Again, both of these teams at this point of the season, this could be a huge win either way. MBT has been balling so far in this one. Look at the play selection there. 19 passes, 12 runs, but the pass game has just been amazing. They take the snap out of the shotgun. Throws it. On the money. Another completion. Made the guy miss. Still moving forward. It's taking three guys to usher him to the ground at this point. Dixon coming alive in the second quarter. Making plays. And so, Black Medicine, what's good with you? And you say, this man is a closet Cleveland Browns fan. I just call it like I see it. All right, so right now with 2 minutes left to go here in the first half of play. Again, Breakers leading 14-0 right now over the Panthers in this one. And right now, if you're the Panthers, you just want something positive to happen here before the half. You can get some good momentum that might can swing things in a different direction, but you do not want the Breakers to add any more to their already, big 14-0 lead here. But the poll is keeping this one close, guys. I mean, 8 votes for the Panthers and 8 for the Breakers so far in this one. So 16 votes in. Let's keep them coming. And again, we are right now currently at the commercial. And again, 2 minutes here before the half. All right, so looking at what the Breakers have done so far in this one, MBT, he's 15 of 19 so far on the field today, 183 yards through the air, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. So great game so far for him. I mean, you look at the completion percentage there, we're talking about above 75%, averaging almost 10 yards to completion here, no turnovers. I mean, he's doing everything that you can ask of him. And this team on the ground has a total of 12 carries for 21 yards so far in this one. And it was Hills that was able to get in that 1 yard touchdown run earlier. Now, receiving wise, Adams, he's made some big plays when they mattered the most. 6 receptions, 92 yards. Dixon, 5 catches, 55 yards, and a receiving touchdown so far in this one. And Surratt, 2 catches, 33 yards so far in this one. So those three have been the big three receiving wise here so far in this one for the Breakers. Let's see. Braden says, "Hey, Black Medicine." Again, 2 minutes remaining here before we reach halftime. And so now the offense getting back on the field. Gonna line up in a shotgun. All right, MBT. Shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking. Throws it. Has a man. Catches it. Defensive back is lost on the play. I mean, wow. So that's a touchdown. So, hey, Johnny Dixon, that's touchdown number 2 for him. So I guess the end zone felt so great. He said, "I'm gonna get there again." How about that? But that pass right there, he threw it there. Receiver caught it, and the defensive back. It took him about 5 seconds to realize, hey, the guy I'm guarding has the ball now. Look at that. And so he makes the play. 23 is lost at that point. I mean, the kid needed a telescope to find the ball at this point. He was lost. Touchdown, Breakers. Now they're up 20-0, and you've got the PAT attempt coming up. And so Braden says, "Johnny Dixon, former Ohio State Buckeye." And let's see. He says, "Touchdown, let's go." And so PAT attempt is good, but there is a penalty right now. So there is a penalty. There's still a minute 52 seconds left to go. And so Michigan needs to get something to go their way here before the half. Something, even if it's just a field goal. And so Ross says, "Dixon cooking. What's good with ya? What's good with ya?" All right. So extra point will be good. And so, yeah, they are on a tier right now. 21 points scored all in the second quarter on top of that. I mean, my goodness, when this kid gets hot, he gets hot. And again, MBT now 16 of 20 for 219 yards through the air, two touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a complete game performance right there. That's a whole game performance right there. And he's doing it, and we're just in the second quarter. You know what? If you take away the stats from the first quarter as well, he still would have enough here to cover an entire game, and we would be like, wow, like that's impressive. But he is just out here doing it all through the air. And his receivers, they're balling too. So now Dixon now has 6 catches, 91 yards receiving, averaging over 15 yards a catch, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Kickoff on the way. Let's see what the Panthers can do to try to bounce back here, get something positive. They're not going to return this kickoff here, so they'll take over from their own 25-yard line. And so far, all smiles here for New Orleans, but let's see if Michigan can fight back here. All right, so 18 votes in, and so right now the Breakers are breaking in front here. Okay. All right, here we go. Panthers here with the football from their own 25-yard line. Takes the snap out of the shotgun, throws it. It's completed. Tackled immediately though. That's Walker with the reception. He goes out of bounds. Picked up about 5 yards on the play. All right, here we go. Shotgun. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Second and 6. Takes the snap. Defense sending 4. Throws it. It's completed there. So that's going to be a first down. So yeah, as long as they can just get something positive, you want something that you can point to and say, okay, we were able to move the ball. I know that earlier in this game they did miss a field goal attempt here, but if you can get a touchdown right now, that would really send some positive vibes here before you get into that locker room. But here we go, takes the snap, throws it, another 4 yard pickup there. So they've been going 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 3 yards, just trying to move the ball here. All their big plays so far, at least most of them, have been on the ground. That one possession they had earlier. A minute and 5 seconds left to go. Takes a snap, throws over the middle, and completed again. And that's going to bring us close to the midfield here with a minute left to go. So ball right now from their own 47-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers, one tight end, one back. Takes a snap. Defense is sending 5. He throws it, takes a shot, and oh, it's completed. And he's still on his feet. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Panthers. The tight end, Marcus Bob, with the big play in the end zone for the touchdown. Wow, so that time you lull the defense to sleep here. You're dinking and dunking, and they're like, okay, we're going to come up, and then boom, you take your shot with the tight end, and he makes the play. Now look at that replay there. Look at that. That time, the safety totally ignored him. He was coming up thinking about the running back and stuff like that because honestly, all the plays have been pretty short in the last couple of passes, so it lulled them to sleep. That time, tight end bypassed him, and he didn't even think about it until it was like too late. All right, PAT attempt is up, and it is good right down the middle. So that is a big time score, 21-7. Alessi O says, dang, it's getting ugly real quick. Iconic says, I think XFL hit it out of the park. Read something, the investors don't. Fired marketing team. But how do you think USFL compares? I think they're still good. I think the USFL is still great. I really do like it. Now, the XFL and their markets, I thought they did pretty good as well. Honestly, this is the best combination that I've seen and stuff like that, from these sports, like, in a while, to where I know that like the XFL, they did good enough to come back another year and stuff like that. I thought they did pretty good and stuff like that. But marketing wise, I mean, it's really tough because you're competing with so many things. And the fact that the USFL cuts into the XFL season and stuff like that. Then you've got all the stuff with the NBA and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that you're competing with, but I thought that they honestly did good because the quality for both of them were pretty good. These are people that we've seen play, whether it's the NFL, college, and stuff like that. So I thought that they were doing pretty good from that aspect and stuff. And you got to give it time. It will continue to grow. That's my opinion. All right, so right now the Breakers, you just gave up a touchdown. You got 36 seconds to work with here. You're thinking you could still be able to get a field goal or maybe even a touchdown here because you believe in your quarterback and you know what he can do. But meanwhile, really quickly, Josh Love, 10 of 16 here for 113 yards through the air, averaging over 7 yards of completion, one touchdown, no interceptions. Now, that last drive, making the stats look a whole lot better. But let's see what MBT can do. Takes the snap, throws it to the running back. He catches it. He's at the 40, brought down at the 41-yard line. 2nd and 4 coming up. 30 seconds remaining here, and they're going to call their first timeout for the Breakers. But yeah, honestly, iconic. I feel like both of those sports did pretty good and stuff like that. I mean, what are their goals? Like you got to make sure that your goals are realistic there. For the XFL, I thought that they did great this season here. I mean, it's a good sign when the NFL is taking interest in a couple players and stuff, and the fans are continuously watching because quality football during the months that we don't get the NFL with guys that we know or have seen. I like it. And so let's see. O says, who's the Panthers quarterback? Yeah, the Panthers quarterback is Josh Love. That's the Panthers quarterback, Josh Love. All right, 2nd and 5. MBT throw. Oh, it's intercepted. It's intercepted. That's not what you need before the half. Wow. But big time play here for the Panthers. And you got an opportunity to try to score again before the half. So all that momentum you had at one point, you were up 21-0. But just like that, Michigan's coming to fight back in it. You got to love that about the sport. Wow, this game just got even more interesting. So I want to know, even if it's just a field goal, if you can capitalize off of this here before the half, you're going to really be feeling the consequences there, the momentum shift, I should say, for sure. But hey, that time quarterback got caught staring. Sometimes do the same thing and all like that. And hey, got caught staring. Let's see, Iconic says XFL did huge. I think by next year, NFL players will be Luke Wow. This is a great chance for me to demonstrate my talents in front of a national audience. All right, here we go. Panthers throw the ball. It's completed there by the tight end, and he's just trying to get as much yards as he can, and he's brought down at about the 10-yard line. Okay, so quick timeout called. Quick timeout. That's their first timeout. Two timeouts remaining. 15 seconds to work with here. You have time here. Quarterback has got to make the right decisions, though. They've got to make the right decisions. Let's see. Raw says, giving the Panthers life, terrible turnover. And that time, honestly, he got caught staring because the receiver found a spot, sat there, but he was eyeing him the entire time. You just got to have that sixth sense that lets you know there. But hey, great play by the defensive back there. He timed it, jumped in front of that one. But yeah, they say six straight game with an interception, the longest active streak in the USFL. But as much as he passes the ball, though, but that one hurt, though. That one hurt, though. But he passes the ball a great amount. All right, so here we go. Panthers right now with the football, 2nd and 2. In 1 second, though, things were looking ugly. But just like that, things are turning around. Last time I seen a turnaround like this, I think I was streaming the Jaguars and Chargers game in the playoffs. All right, here we go. Four receivers, one tight end. Quarterback in the shotgun. Tight end goes in motion. 10 seconds on the play clock. They snap the ball. He's looking. He's on the move. Pressure's around him. And they got him for the sack. Got to call a timeout immediately, and they do. 10 seconds remaining here. Let's see. So I'm looking at what he was looking at there, and so I don't know. I feel like if he throw that ball a little bit sooner to that tight end, perhaps. All right, but now you got a key third down here, key third down. At the very least, you cannot turn the ball over here. But 3rd and 10 right now, here in the second quarter, 10 seconds separating us from halftime here. And this is critical here. If you can just find a way to take that shot into the end zone here, you got 10 seconds here. You don't want to get sacked, but you got one timeout as well. Take that shot into the end zone and see what happens. All right, so we're going to go five wide. Let's see what happens. Takes a snap. Looking. Throws it over the middle. Incomplete, but there's a flag. There's a flag. 5 seconds left here on the clock. And so if that flag's on the defense like I'm thinking, that should put them at the one. This is huge because this is not how you close out a quarter here if you're the Breakers. Not how you close out a quarter. Pass interference there on the defense. So that is going to gift them with a first down. Now you got 5 seconds to work with here. So whatever play you call, you better be sure it's going to get you a yard. Let's see. Braden says Josh Love kind of looks like Phillip Rivers. Ooh, Phillip Rivers. All right, so they're going to go ahead and call their final timeout right now. They're going to call their final timeout. I was thinking I would probably save it. I mean, 5 seconds is not a lot of time, but if I quarterback sneaked it and they stopped me quickly, maybe you have a second left to try it again. But they rather go ahead and just make sure that they talk about executing here and make sure everybody's on the same page. Again, their final timeout. Now, this is a situation where you wish you had a De'Aaron King to go in there and just, run it in. Oh, wait, are they going to go for the field goal here? Wow, so that's why I see players shaking their head. What are you doing? What are you doing here? You got to go for the touchdown. You're literally 1 yard away. Who plays scared football at this point? You're down 21-7. That's not the message I want to send to my team. I want to send a message to my team we're playing to win. All right, you got the 3 points there, but I'm disappointed. The coach, he let me down. I've got no stake in this one, but he let me down as a fan here. They should have went for the touchdown. I feel like that was the wrong decision. And you guys know I'm usually one that if it makes sense to take the field goal, that's sure. But from 1 yard away, 1 yard away, you decide to do that? Really? I don't know. Maybe JV tripping. Y'all let me know. Y'all think he made the right decision there to go for the field goal? All right, so our score right now at the half is 21-10. All right, let's take a look right now really quickly at both teams statistically. Here at the JB halftime show, it's been a minute. All right, so MBT is 17 of 22 passing, over 75% completion, 225 yards through the air, over 10 yards completed per pass, 2 touchdowns. He threw that one interception, which resulted in the field goal there for Michigan. And so, but a pretty good, first half minus that turnover. You can't turn the ball over. That will hurt you. Rushing wise as a team, 12 carries for 21 yards. 11 of those carries came via Hills, who had 18 yards and a rushing touchdown from 1 yard earlier in the game. Adams, he had 6 catches for 92 yards, averaging over 15 yards a catch. Dixon, 6 catches, 91 yards, averaging also over 15 yards a catch, and 2 receiving touchdowns as well. And then Sherratt, he's got 2 catches for 33 yards in this one as well. So, hey, these guys right now, they're out here and they are getting a lot of, yards after catch, and they're doing pretty good. Between those 3 receivers that I mentioned, there's only one incompletion when targeting one of those 3 players. So that has been their calling card so far in this one. Let's see. Braden says, I agree with you. And so, yeah, because I mean, this is all about the message that you're sending your team and stuff like that. If we go for it from the 1 yard line and we don't get it, that's something we have to live with. But we're down in the game 21-7. Defense just made a play to get us back in it. We're 3-4 on the year. We must win, basically, is what I'm saying. We must win and stuff like that. And you're telling me we're going to go kick a field goal? Really? Nah. Nah, that's how you lose guys. You tell them that you don't believe that they can get 1 yard before the half is what you basically told your offense. I don't believe in you guys. That's the message that you sent there. All right, but for the Panthers, you've got Josh Love, 11 of 17. He's got 121 yards through the air, averaging over 7 yards of completion, one touchdown, no turnover so far in this one. Now on the ground here, Corbin has 6 carries for 44 yards. I feel like they need to utilize that ground with Corbin a little bit more because he's able to get to the outside on those big time plays. He had like two big plays, including that 33-yard run that he had and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, he's been able to bounce it to the outside. So let him go to work in the second half, get a little bit more carries there. But man, I'm so disappointed for these guys there. Like they should have been given an opportunity to go for it in that situation. The NFL, well, all football leagues are pushing towards go for it in that situation. You can no longer just kick a field goal, not when you're trailing like that from the 1 yard line. Receiving wise, though, let's see. Ball had that one big time play, 51 yards and a touchdown and stuff like that. That's his only catch of the game. Walker, 3 catches, 33 yards. And so those two have been the primary targets there. All right, let's see. Iconic says JB halftime report brought to you by Juicy Fruit. It's gonna move you. Absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. So we are at the half right now. So it gives us more time to discuss some things that we were talking about earlier when it comes to just, some of these NFL teams and their standings. So what do you guys think about the NFC North this upcoming season? The NFC North, rank those teams from best to worst in terms of how they're going to finish the season record wise, from best to worst. Whatever rationale you use for it, hey, these are your picks. There are no wrong answers. This is just to engage on the NFC North right now and their standings for what you guys project. And again, if you need a reminder of the NFC North, that consists of the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears. A lot of people right now are very high on the Detroit Lions currently coming into this season, and they're kind of low-ish on Green Bay. They're expecting some type of drop-off here, and also Minnesota as well, because they were in a bunch of tight games last year, and quite frankly, we're not giving them the benefit of the doubt this year and stuff like that. Now, Chicago, hey, they made a lot of moves. Can Justin Fields really take that next step this season? He showed some flashes running, but passing wise, can he do it passing wise? That's a big question there, big question. But you guys let me know how you rank these teams. And again, we are at halftime, so we are not missing anything at all when it comes to the games. But 19 votes in. Sorry, I spoke too soon. 20 votes in right now. So, well, 21 votes in right now. So, New Orleans leading the poll, though, 52% believe that the Breakers will win this game. But, hey, Michigan, you may be down 21-10, but you scored 10 unanswered. And that's huge. Heading into the half there, scoring that 10, that's going to give you some momentum, some confidence that you didn't have when you were trailing 21-0. So, we'll see how this plays out, but the second quarter was interesting. Carmichael, what's good with you? How are you doing? And you say, hello, JB, how are you? I am great. How about yourself? And so, Peyton, what's good with you? And you say, giddy up. Absolutely. How are you? How are you? And again, the question that I posed, the NFC North Division, how do you guys rank that from best to worst teams? Let me know. All right, so Ross he says the Lions winning the North. Okay, so you got the Lions first, then you got the Bears, the Vikings, and the Packers last. Okay, you said the Packers are going to miss Rodgers. Okay, very valid there. Okay. Braden says, hey, Carmichael. Let's see. Iconic says he's got the Lions first, he's got the Vikings or the Bears, and then he's got the Packers. So you basically say the Vikings or the Bears are like side by side. Okay, okay. All right. So I think for me, first place, it's very tough to think about. The more I think about it, the tougher it is because as much as I want to say that Minnesota can still get control here, I just don't know. For me, Detroit, though, there's a lot of upside to Detroit. There really is. But I feel like last year, because their offense was like really up high and stuff like that, can we really say without a shadow of a doubt that we fully believe that Jared Goff will sustain that high level of productivity again at that level? And stuff like that. Like they can still be great, but they had to be amazing last year. And even with that, they were only able to win, enough to still miss the playoffs, barely and stuff like that. But they still missed the playoffs because the defense was so bad. So did they do enough defensively to and take that next step? And stuff like that. So I mean, it is the Lions. So for me, I'm always cautious. I want to see them do great though. I think Dan Campbell's a great coach. I'm excited about their offense and stuff like that. There's a couple of players that I want to have on their offense for my fantasy football team for sure. I like what they did through the draft because it makes sense for what they want. They didn't worry about where they took certain players. They wanted to make sure that they had certain players that fit what they were looking for and stuff like that. So I am very excited to see them. So we'll see how this plays out. But for me, that's tough because I still got the Packers above the Bears. So I still got the Bears last place, but I like what the Bears did. I think they closed the gap there. But I got the Bears last. I got the Packers third. I'm gonna say Packers third for now. I'm gonna go ahead and say I still got. Oh, I can't even say it out loud though. I still got Vikings number one. I got Lions second. I've got the Packers third, and I got the Bears fourth and stuff like that. I seen Justin Fields last year go out there and light it up in fantasy, but it didn't translate to W's. And DJ Moore, I mean, he didn't make Sam Darnold look better. He didn't make none of those quarterbacks look better and stuff like that. So will Justin Fields be able to pass it at a high enough level for them to take that leap? I don't know. But I tell you what though, that like all of those teams can very well be within it within the last like 2 weeks of the season, 2, 3 weeks. Honestly, is what I think and stuff like that. Like I'm not really confident in my own pick to be honest and stuff like that, but I can see that. All right, let's see. Iconic says we find out if Fields is good. He got Claypool. He got Claypool. You say Claypool, and so let's see. Iconic says JB. No, you say Packers, and so I think the Packers, can still possibly finish above the Bears and stuff like that. Because I know the Bears did a lot of good things and stuff like that, but I could see that still being the case, though. I can see that. I can. Let's see. You said the Lions are stacked, and so yeah, the Lions are stacked. They are stacked. That's for sure. But Jamison Williams being suspended for 6 games, that's gonna hurt and stuff like that. And then just is the defense gonna be better this year for Detroit? If so, how much more better will they be? Because there were plenty of times where their opponent was able to hang with them because the defense was so bad and stuff like that. I mean, Geno Smith almost made the Pro Bowl alone off of that game that he played against the Detroit Lions defense. Let's see. Braden says you see a lot of Packers hating here and you're keeping receipts. Braden, I've been keeping receipts on mine for the last couple of years. These receipts, though, they're not getting me W's. They're not getting me W's. But for me, though, I like the young receivers that you guys do have and stuff like that. So it's going to be up to Jordan Love. It really will. But I think you guys will run the ball more. And I don't expect a huge fall off like the Packers just become like Houston or something like that. I'm not expecting anything like that. We'll see how it goes though. Let's see. Carmichael says you're not high on Justin Fields, and so okay, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Okay. Let's see. You say iconic. The Steelers fleeced the Bears for Claypool. All right. Ooh, iconic said if Packers get 3 wins, oh wow. Wow. That moment when you dive into the pool and you realize that the pool is a lot hotter than you anticipated it was going to be and stuff like that, or either a lot colder. And I did not expect that. Are we really at the point where we're contemplating if Green Bay will win 3 games this year? I thought for a low for them would probably be 7. I think about 6 or 7 would be a low, but 3 games? Wow. Whew. Let's see. Carmichael says, Braden, unfortunately, the Steelers are going to beat the Packers. I kind of says, keep it in handy. All right, we're getting ready for the second half to get on the way soon here. Kickoff now on the way. And let's see if we can get a return here. Catches at the 10. He's at the 20, 30, 35. spins out of a tackle, still on his feet somehow, and he gets back to the 35. This time they're going to bring him down. And so I like the effort, though. Let's see. Iconic says Bears are going to get a rude awakening when they find out that Edmonds can't cover. You should have warned them about that, Iconic. You should have warned them about that. All right, so Josh Love in the offense here. Hey, they scored 10 consecutive points. Let's see what happens. They're down by 11. They're trailing 21 to 10. And so they'll get the football first. Well, they got the football here first in the third quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Iconic says, I will happily sign receipts. Iconic, do you feel like your Bills are being disrespected? Do you feel like the Bills are being talked about right about where they should be? Or do you feel like your Bills are being overlooked right now? Because I'm pretty sure all we're hearing about right now is the Jets this, the Jets that. We're hearing a lot of talk about the Jets in that division. All right, he snaps the ball to the shotgun, gives it to the back, and the back. Oh, excellent tackle right there, brought down. Let's see, it kind of says, don't the Bills playoff games show that? Man, playoffs have been tough for you guys. Carmichael says, I beat the Packers in Super Bowl in Madden 23. Okay, bet. And what year in your franchise was that? Was like your first year, second year? What year in your franchise mode? All right, here we go. Second and 10. Shotgun. Takes a snap. Defense sends five guys. Quarterback on the move. Love throws it and incomplete. But there is a penalty now. There is a penalty. Yes, it kind of says no disrespect. They gave up and did not nor prove on the. I'm sorry, nor improve the roster much. And so I can see that. I can see that. All right, holding is the call on the offense there. So we're looking at second and 20 right now. Ball from the Michigan 26-yard line. Carmichael says, I got Nick Chubb and Barkley in a fantasy league. And so you already did your fantasy draft in another league? I'm surprised you would draft Nick Chubb. I thought you were anti everything Cleveland. I am shocked, Carmichael, that you would end up drafting Nick Chubb. All right, here we go. Second and 20 after the holding penalty here against the Panthers. They have the football now from their own 26-yard line. Shotgun formation. Running back going in motion. They take the snap. Throws it to the back. Corbin looking to make some room here. Cuts back outside. And he's going to get brought down at about the 34-yard line here. So third down coming up. All you want to do is get him in space. All right, let's see. Real says the Jets and Bills week one. We're going to find out real quick if the Jets hype is real. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I honestly 1000% co-sign on that one. I feel like we're going to find out immediately if the Jets somehow come out and win that game, which I'm not expecting them to win that game, honestly. I'm not expecting them to win that one. But if they do, then that tells me that I'm underestimating the Jets, and I will apologize and stuff like that if they get off to a fast start and stuff like that, because I am not seeing, at least not a fast start for them. Meanwhile, this quarterback under duress, but still moving, slings it up there. Just threw it up there near the sideline. Incomplete. It was anybody's ball, honestly. He just threw it up there. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up, and that will bring out the punt unit. He tried to throw the ball to Walker there. And let's see. Braden says, geez, iconic. Let's see. Iconic says, Braden had more hope piped in that than this crowd noise on TV. Ouch. All right, punt's on the way. Fair catch is symboled and is caught at the 19-yard line. So the Breakers will take over for the first time offensively here in the second half after a stellar first half, but they did not end it the way that they wanted to. So let's see if they can pick up where things were earlier in that second quarter for them offensively. All right, let's see. Carmichael says Nick Chubb is the only player that you're okay with from the Browns. And so, okay. I mean, Nick Chubb is very, very easy to love. I'm still mad today that Bill Belichick chose to draft a running back from the same college as him, Sony Michel, over Nick Chubb. I'm still mad about that because for me, that time I didn't know how good Nick Chubb was going to be, but I did watch UGA play some, and I was like, well, Nick Chubb, he was the one doing all the damage and stuff, but I let Bill let me believe that I was wrong, and Bill knew best, and he drafted Sony Michel. Now tell me, how does that look taking Sony Michel over Nick Chubb in hindsight? I'm telling you, Bill should listen to me. I've been right a couple of times and stuff like that. So Bill should listen to me. Let's see. Iconic says that's national sports media's and Bills. Let's see. Carmichael says I drafted a quarterback and I think round 3 or 4, and you got Jalen Hurts. How many people are in that league? Is it like a 4-person league? All right. Again, we're currently right now at the commercial, but when we come back, Breakers with the football first time in the second half, and they lead 21-10. And so let's see what happens here. Again, 22 votes in, and we find ourselves once again all tied up here. Unless the old says great stream so far, JB. And so absolutely, yes. Yes, I definitely missed it, that's for sure. So it's great to be back enjoying the stream for sure. Let's see. O says if you haven't already, hit that like button. And so yes, great reminder right there. Definitely make sure to press that like button if you have not already. And if you decide that you want to be a part of JB Nation, go ahead and press that like button for sure. I know that JB has been busy as of late, but things are going to get less busy for me and definitely in time for the NFL season for sure. So definitely looking forward to getting back to the usual flow of things sometime soon. All right, Carmichael says it's a 10-man league. And so, okay, bet, bet, bet. I wish I can get a Jalen Hurts in like the third or fourth round. That would be great. All right, and as we get ready to continue this one, the next division I'm going to throw out there will be the AFC South. How do you guys rank the AFC South? Let me know your thoughts on the AFC South. Who you got from best to worst for the AFC South? Meanwhile, we're going to return to the action here. All right, so Breakers with the football. MBT up under center, takes a snap, play fake, pressure around his ankles, and they bring him down at the 15-yard line for the sack. Big time sack there for the Panthers. And that was Bell that rung his bell on that play. That time he came off the edge. It was the right tackle 74 job. And oh, what a move. What a move. I thought he teleported on that one. I mean, you look at that replay again, and like he just got in there so quickly. I mean, 74, that's on you, buddy. That's on you, buddy. You can't let him get off you that fast. And let's see. Carmichael says, JB, I'm still taking a quarterback early. And so, hey, I thought you were going to take Kenny Pickett with like the third pick. All right, takes the snap, second and 15, throws it. Oh, nice catch. Nice catch. Now, there is a penalty. There is a penalty. Now, he was by himself now. Dixon might have pushed off now. Let's see what the penalty is. And so, Iconic says which division? Yeah, the AFC South. AFC South division. So, yeah, AFC South. So, the good old Colts, Texans, Titans, Jaguars, that division. Ranking them from best to worst. Because in that division, I know my best team, but the other three, I'm like, not really sold yet. All right, Carmichael says, I've said I'm not getting stuck with Derek Carr again. He hurt you big time last year. All right, they carry the ball with the back, and he's going to pick up a couple yards on the play. Second down coming up, second and 7. Ball right now from their own 37-yard line. Again, they lead 21-10 here in the third quarter with 11 minutes left to go. MBT is 18 of 23 for 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Minus that one mistake, he has been on it. All right, takes a snap, defense sending 4. Throws it and it's tipped, and I spoke too soon. He threw an interception. Look at this defense now. They got some sticky fingers out there. Must have some stick and glue or something as of late. But the ball was tipped by the wide receiver, and that's their third turnover. And you can't win no matter how good you play. You cannot win if you continuously turn the ball over like that, like they're doing right now. So it is officially like hurting them like tremendously. Like they still have the lead just because when it's good, it's been good. But the bad is starting to add up now. You're giving them too many extra opportunities, and the team will make you pay when you turn the ball over at that rate. All right, let's see. Iconic says Jaguars and by a lot. You say the Colts if Richardson is good. That's a big if right there. And even then, I feel like Richardson, I as long as he goes out there and shows that he shows potential for next season, that's what you want. Meanwhile, pass in the corner, two guys on him. That's gonna be a touchdown. So look at that, Trey Quinn, just like that. I'm telling you, turnovers lead the points, and Michigan has now fought their way in it, and so they scored that touchdown. Let's see what they do for the point after attempt here. But man, that was massive. That was massive. Look at that pass, though. That was a great pass. Put it on the money. You could not have thrown that one better if you wanted to. Look at that. Ball placement perfect. Got it over the shoulder. All he has to do is just extend his arms there. Great catch. Nothing that the defensive backs can do because it's away from the safety and too far for the corner to get to it. Now they're going to kick the PAT attempt here to make it 21 to 17 here in the third quarter with 10 minutes and 36 seconds to go. And they have scored the last 17 points now in this one. So how about that? How about that? What a game that we have in this one. And so we have 23 votes here. And so far, New Orleans has a slight edge in this one, but that might be changing. But you can thank that defense that Michigan has. They are creating turnovers, just being at the right place at the right time. That's half the battle. All right, let's see. So, all right, so yeah, Iconic says Jaguars by a lot, and the Colts if Richardson is good. And so, for me, as long as Richardson goes out there and just shows that he can just comprehend what's going on, show improvement and stuff like that, just please don't look like Malik Willis last year, basically, is what I'm saying. But I feel like just going out there and win the starting job, be out there by week by the time they come back from their bye week at the very latest, get that first year experience, and that's going to help him out tremendously for year two. Kind of like it did for Lamar Jackson when he went in year one, got his feet wet and stuff like that. Then year two came out there and really, got to doing his thing. So if Richardson can show me that he's, light years ahead of what we thought initially, that'll be big time for him. Let's say you say Titans going down and the Texans stink. There's a nicer way to say that. But yeah, I see Tennessee going down as well. And yeah, Texans, I like what they did in the draft. I do, but there's still more work to do. All right, let's see. Carmichael says, JB, unfortunately, I won't be taking Kenny. I'm letting you grab Kenny. I know you really want him. You told me Kenny was going to be MVP this year, is what you told me. And so, but again, we are right now at the commercial. If you're just tuning in, at the commercial, Panthers just scored a touchdown. Score right now, Breakers leading 21 to 17 here in the third quarter with over 10 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the third quarter. All right, let's see. Carmichael also says the Jaguars first. Okay, Colts second, Titans third, and Texans fourth. Okay. All right, let's see. And Old says you got the Vikings, Lions, Packers, and then Bears. Okay, okay. So same pretty much as me. Okay. Okay. And what about the AFC South, old man? What's your take on that? And we are at the commercial here. All right, let's see. Iconic says if Malik doesn't make it in the NFL, hope he makes lots of millions and then comes to the XFL. That's my guy. And so, yeah, I could see him pretty much within a year or two either ending up in the XFL or USFL, one of those two. I can certainly see that being the case there. I think XFL would fit Malik Willis pretty good. Let's see. It kind of says, okay, sorry, I already read that one. Let's see. Carmichael says Kenny's going to have basically a lot of passing yards. All right, so here we go. Kickoff now on the way. Oh, he's backpedaling, catches it at the 5, at the 20, and brought down at the 22-yard line, and that is where the Breakers will take over. Now, they have seen their lead shrink from 21-0 to 21-7 to 21-10 and now 21-17. So they cannot turn the ball over anymore, and they've got to make some plays now offensively. The plays have been there. Like, when the good is there, the good is there. It's just I don't know. Maybe they're having to throw the ball too much right now. Defense is being more optimistic. I don't know what it is, but you cannot continue to turn the ball over. Here we go. Snaps the ball from up under center. Gives it to the back. And the back brought down after picking up a yard off the left tackle. Let's see. Iconic says time. Yeah, right now we're in the third quarter with about 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Again, the Breakers lead 21-17. But yeah, third quarter, 10 minutes left to go. All right, so let's see. 10 minutes left to go. They snaps the ball, shotgun, looking, throws it, and it's incomplete. Incomplete. He wanted a flag? Nah, that's just great defense. All right, so third down coming up here, 3rd and 9. And so this defense is a large part why Michigan has the score what it is right now. Let's see if they can come up here with a big time play on third down, or can New Orleans get back to doing what got them the lead in the first place here, and that's making plays when they needed to the most. In key situations, they have targeted Adams. So let's see if this pass goes towards Adams or not on this one. Let's see. Carmack says Malik will always be behind Kenny. I've said it time in and time out. All right, looking. Throws. And it's going to be completed there. Big time throw and catch for the first down. And he threw it to Dixon that time. So he got a first down there. And yeah, that's a sigh of relief right there for the offense to continuously have that ball, because you do not want to get the ball back to the Panthers right now the way that they're playing. All right, so how do you guys think that Baker Mayfield is going to do this year down there in Tampa Bay? Assuming, of course, he wins the quarterback job, which I think he will. But how do you guys think that he's going to do down there in Tampa Bay this season, Baker Mayfield? Meanwhile, quick pass there to Surratt, and that's going to be a pickup of 1 yard on the play. 2nd and 9 coming up right now from their own 42-yard line. Again, New Orleans lead this one 21-17 here in the third quarter. We got 8 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here in the third. MBT 20 of 27, 261 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, and 2 costly interceptions. All right, here we go. They're going to go 5 wide here. 3 receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end. They snap the ball. Throws it. And it is completed there. Nice catch. He went up and snagged that one. So great catch there. First down. And let's see if they can keep this going. All right, Iconic says that Baker is horrible. Carmichael says Baker is mid. I honestly, looking at that and all the talent that they have, I mean, I feel like Baker can actually make it through the season and just do just enough. And when I say just enough, just the minimum to where they can be in some games and stuff like that. Maybe win, I don't know, about 7 games and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking. The division's not that tough, so it's not like he's going to be, going against great teams all that much. So I can see Baker doing okay-ish, just not great, not good, just okay-ish, perhaps. Meanwhile, we have an injured player right now that they are tending to here for the Panthers, looking at his knee, and I think that's number 99, it looks like. So hoping that he's okay. But again, third quarter, 7 minutes and 29 seconds left to go. And New Orleans leading this one 21-17 here with the football, facing 2nd and 4 from Michigan 34-yard line. All right, let's see. Iconic says, I haven't really seen Love. Is he any good, JB? And so I haven't seen much of Josh Love myself and stuff like that, but I don't think that he's in the upper echelon and all like that of these quarterbacks. But I personally haven't watched a lot of his games in order to know for sure. So maybe someone who has watched the Panthers, throughout this season can let us know just how good is Josh Love. All right, let's see. Iconic said, what did Basic ever do to deserve to be called mid? Carmike says, as long as we don't talk about 2020 wild card. Let's see. Rule says, gonna be a rough year for Baker and the Bucks. You say record about 5-12 or 6-11. Now 6-11, I can see that honestly. I can see that 6-11. I can see that. It just depends on the health of his receivers as well. Because if Mike Evans has one of those years, him and Chris Godwin, that they're in and out of the lineup and stuff like that, this team's going like not even going to be competitive and stuff like that. But I can see if they're both fully healthy and stuff like that, what they might can do. And then Rashad White, he's someone that I think could have a potential, breakout year because they're going to need him. It's just a matter of if they can keep games close or not. But yeah, I'm not excited for any Buccaneer fan. Like I'll tell you that right now. I'm not excited for them for this upcoming season. It is not going to be anything like what you've seen in previous seasons and stuff like that. But Baker's a fighter. If nothing else, Baker is a fighter. So let's see. Braden says you're back. Glad to have you back. Carmichael says I can't wait to beat C.J. Stroud. What do you got against C.J. Stroud? Let's see. Iconic says I will remember when he faces young goat. And let's see, Carmichael says, iconic, I'm a Steelers fan. He played to the Browns. And so you know what? That makes sense. Let's see, Peyton says Alex McGraw's the best quarterback in the USFL. And so now that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. I did see his numbers earlier and stuff like that. We're talking MVP conversation there for the Stallions and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't really speak much to what how good, Love is and stuff like that throughout the season. But they are the second place team in the North standings right now. You look across the division and everybody's 2-2 across the board and stuff like that. That is insane. But look at those receiving numbers between Adams and Dixon and stuff like that. Those are the numbers that I hope the guys, whoever I draft in fantasy football, end up having year in and year out. All right, here we go. Second and four. Quarterback up under center. Takes the snap. Gives it to the back. In the back. He's going to pick up 2 yards on the carry. Now we're looking at third and short here. Third and two from the Michigan 32-yard line right now. So we're at a point of a game here where the Breakers, I feel like they must score and preferably a touchdown right now because so much momentum has gone to Michigan. You come away with points. You don't want that right now. Let's see. Iconic says might be. Again, 24 votes in, and we've got 12 for each team so far in this one. So be sure if you haven't voted already, go ahead and cast your vote. Here we go, third and two. Throws it quickly. Oh, nice job getting the catch. He's still running. Look at that speed. And so, wow, what a play, taking it all the way to the Michigan's 8-yard line here. First and goal. Here in the third quarter with about 6 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the third. That was big time. Big time. 21 could not get over there fast enough. He saw the play, but from the angle that he had, he tried to reach out and trip him. But when 31 was not tripped, my goodness, I mean, he just turned on the speed there and took it as far as he could. First and goal here. Got to protect the ball. Receiver goes in motion, takes it, hands it to the back, and the back gets brought down back around the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up. Might have picked up a yard or two. So we got second and goal coming up here. Ball at the Michigan 6-yard line. If you're Michigan, if you can just hold them at least to a field goal attempt here, that's a win right now. Considering that big play, that would be a win. Now, I did see this defense force a fumble early in this game from around a similar field here, so we'll see how this plays out. All right, here we go. Shotgun. Takes the snap. Defense only sends four. Throws it over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. Incomplete. All right, they were waiting for the whistle there. Incomplete. Third down coming up. Again, third quarter, 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Let's see. Peyton says the key to beating the Breakers is to stack the box to stop Will Hills and get quarterback pressure. If you do that, and that's right, MBT isn't that accurate. And so, okay, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Great analysis there. And we've certainly seen that today. We've certainly seen that in times today. Let's see. Braden says that was close. Oh, yeah, that was very close. Very close. And now we've got a big, well, first of all, we got a challenge flag out here. So let's take another look. Let me take another look here. All right. So we will see. And you guys let me know. Do you think it touched the ground or not? When we get to look at this replay. All right. So this challenge came from the defense. Let's see. All right. So The ball clearly bounced up, but did it bounce off the ground or off the player? Let's see. Okay, that's off the ground there. Yeah, that's off the ground there. That is off the ground. Definitely off the ground. That was quick. That was quick. I mean, I feel like you can ask someone in the booth, and they could tell you like very quickly that's incompletion. Yeah, definitely hit the ground there. Definitely hit the ground. All right, but at the very least, it stops the clock and gives you an opportunity to, try to game plan something. So third down coming up here, 3rd and 6. Let's see what happened here. Third quarter, 5 minutes and 2 seconds left to go. Let's go. Breakers with the football, 6 yards away from the end zone. Takes a snap. Receivers were bunched. Looking, throws it. Incomplete. But there is a penalty right now. There is a penalty. Ooh. So we have a penalty here. Yeah, show me a replay here. Ooh. I see what they call, but I don't know how much that really like when the ball was there. I feel like he had the chance there to make the play. All right, but anyways, after the penalty, so now we got 1st and goal here. So here we go. 2 yards away from the end zone. Takes a snap. Gives it to the back up the middle. And the back looks like he picked up a yard on the play, but still short of the end zone. So now we got 2nd down coming up here, 2nd and goal. All right, they're hurrying up here. They're hurrying up. They want to get this one off quickly. We know what they're going to do, probably just repeat the same thing. And that's what they do. But he has stopped again. Okay, so he stopped again. 3rd down coming up here. This is huge right here. This is huge. If Michigan can find a way to keep them out of the end zone, that would be tremendous for them. But if you're the Breakers, you can't let that happen. Like, you cannot let that happen. So much has gone wrong in the last quarter, really. You got to find a way to punch it in that end zone, whatever it takes. If MBT has to keep it himself and do it, then do it. But he's up under center here. Receiver goes in motion. Got a fullback in the backfield. Takes a snap. Play fake. He's looking. He's looking. Pressure is coming. He throws it. That's going to be incomplete. Great coverage. No penalties on the play. 4th down coming up, and I can't believe it. The defense stood strong. Despite the penalty, they said, nah, not going to happen. Wow. Wow. So, all right, so they're going to bring out the field goal unit here, okay? A team has stopped you 3 times from that distance. I can't blame you there, bringing out the field goal unit. Right now, they just want to get something here. Just want to get something. But this is disappointing here to come to the 1 yard line and still be denied. All right, field goal is good. So that's going to extend their lead 24-17. Their first point since they were up 21-0 in this one. So definitely some concerned faces there on that sideline. But when we come back, let's see if the Panthers can go ahead and try to tie this up here. Right now, we are all winners because this is a great game that we're getting to watch. All right, meanwhile, as we just hit the commercial here, I'll go ahead and throw up another division here. All right, so how do you guys have the NFC West playing out? The NFC West, what do you guys think about the NFC West and how that's going to play out? Again, if you're just tuning in right now, we're currently at the commercial here in which the Breakers just tacked on 3 more points, drove it all the way down to the 1 yard line, but could not get it into the end zone. We'll see if that cost them later on. But the score right now, Breakers 24, Panthers 17 here in the third quarter with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left to go. The storyline has been turnovers. Turnovers has been breaking the Breakers so badly. So badly. It has led to field goals, it has led to touchdowns. It prevented them from being able to really take control. Because you look at the total yards and you would think the Breakers should be breaking away with this, but turnovers have kept the Panthers in this. And then the Panthers defense making plays when they need to the most. And so, John, what's good with you? What's good with you? How are you doing? Let's see. John says need the Breakers to win last leg, and so I feel you there. I feel you there. And so right now, I mean, the Breakers got off to a fast start. That they did, but the Panthers come storming back. Their first point since then. We'll see how the Panthers look here. But man, this is a great game. And so definitely glad that you guys are here, being a part of this with me. This has been really fun. I've certainly missed being able to, have these conversations about sports. So glad to have you guys here, a part of JB Nation. All right, so Braden says when it comes to the NFC West, he says he's got the 49ers first, he's got the Seahawks, he's got the Rams, and then the Cardinals last. I think we all can agree the Cardinals, at least I see the Cardinals coming in dead last this year. It's just written all over it and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and knock that out first. I think first place. Honestly, I feel like the 49ers are set up to be that letdown team. You know how every year there's a team that we're all high on and then they let you down? I just cannot trust the 49ers to stay away from the injury bug. That's my thing with the 49ers. If they can stay healthy, they have number one. But the injury situation, the fact that I'm hearing people flirt with the 49ers having to possibly throw out Sam Darnold, maybe, potentially week one, that scares me and stuff like that. If Sam Darnold might be starting and stuff like that. I get what Christian McCaffrey has done, but Christian McCaffrey, he has a lot of injury concerns and stuff like that. Kittle's been known to miss some time and stuff like that. Last year was a great year where it all came together, but throughout the course of a whole football season, injuries very well could be that. And I like what Seattle did. I do like what Seattle did. They took my guy, Jackson Smith and Jigma. They took him, go Buckeyes. And so they drafted him. They even went ahead and added another running back from UCLA in the second round to complement Kenneth Walker the third and stuff like that. Plus, defensively, you already know Seahawks know what they're doing on defense. So it can be close, very close. But I'm going to say Seahawks win the division there in first place. And I'm going to even say the Rams might even start fighting back here and stuff like that. I can see the 49ers either being second, maybe even third if the injuries kick in and stuff like that. Not that I'm hoping that it happens. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. Hope that I'm wrong about that. But I just think the 49ers injury bug, it loves the 49ers too much and stuff like that. Last place, dead last. Cardinals, not even close. Dead last. They will probably clinch last place by week 12 or something like that. Week 12 or 13. They will be the last place team. All right, so getting back to the action here and what has been a very exciting, I'd say since really some point in the second quarter, this game really took a turn and it's been very interesting. But here we go. First and 10 right now. Michigan with the football from their own 37-yard line. Shotgun formation. Takes the snap. Love, looking, throws it, complete it. And he gets pushed out of bounds after picking up what might be enough for a first down there. Again, Love, no turnovers today. 2 touchdowns, 13 of 20. And so, hey, it may not have been the big plays that we have seen on the other side from MBT, but when you refrain from turning over the ball, you give yourself and your team an opportunity to hang in games and maybe even win. But here we go. Shotgun takes a snap, gives it to the back. And, oh, he's brought down immediately. Great job there by the defense. Got off his blocker and brought him down. So now we got third down coming up. All right, let's see. So Braden has the 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals. All right, John says the Seahawks will win the division. Defense will be better. Then he says the 49ers second. Okay, Carmichael says JB heard or know anything about 80s. I haven't seen him in months. And so I have not heard from him since we last heard from him, I think when the Eagles played the Giants in the playoffs. So I have not heard from him yet. So I can only hope that he does end up joining at some point. I know I haven't been streaming a lot, so maybe that's the issue there. But hopefully we'll hear from him at least by football season. Well, NFL, I should say. Meanwhile, pass it to the back end. My goodness, he's putting the work on the sideline and trying to get the first down. That's impressive footwork there, because you're literally at guys flying at you and you're sidestepping, you're hopping, you're doing everything you can to stay in bounds. Look at that. Made the first guy miss, got to the outside, kept his balance. Made the second guy miss, still kept his balance, stayed in bounds. Now he looked like he touched the line back there. Now he did touch the line back there, so that's going to be a little bit short there, but still, love the effort there. Gave his team a chance. All right, fourth down coming up here. Let's see if they'll legitimately go for it. I say you go for it, and they will go for it. And let's see where they mark them at. Let's see where they mark them at. They'll give them forward progress. Forward progress should be enough for the first, I think. Let's see where they mark them at, though. I think it's a first down. All right, and it is a first down. So we got a first down, fresh new set of downs here. Ball is at the Michigan 48-yard line right now. Again, the Panthers trailing by a touchdown, 24 to 17, late in the third quarter. So we are going to have ourselves one heck of a fourth quarter. And again, we got 30 votes in, but if you have not voted yet, be sure to go ahead and cast your vote on who you think will win this matchup here between Michigan and New Orleans here. A game that we have seen at first. The Breakers, they broke out 21-0, but Michigan fought back to make it 21-17. Then the Breakers brought it all the way to the red zone to settle for a field goal, and now Michigan here with the football. Now, there is a penalty here. There is a penalty. Oh, never mind. Not a penalty here. It's a timeout. So it's a timeout. So one thing I will say for Michigan, that's their second timeout that they're calling. They've got one timeout remaining. So should they be trailing late in the fourth quarter here, that may come back there because you've burnt two timeouts here. One on a challenge in which they honestly should have been able to see that it was not going to be overturned. And now you call a timeout here with 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. So we'll see if that comes back to bite them or not. But again, 25 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. But again, if you are new here, be sure to let us know who your favorite NFL team, your favorite USFL team, NBA team, college team, any sport that you like. Let us know the sport and your favorite team. Again, we are all about, everybody's got their own favorite teams here, but we're all respectful. And hey, we just enjoy sports. All right, they give it to the back, and he's going to take the ball to midfield. So now we got second down coming up here, 2nd and 8, and that should be enough to take us to the end of the third quarter. And so, yeah, that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. And again, the score right now, Breakers up 24-17, but the Panthers clawing their way back into this one. What a fourth quarter it will be. Let's see. John says we repping Detroit. Okay, bet, bet, bet. Detroit guys are out here. Bet, bet, bet. And so even I have to acknowledge, though, when it comes to Detroit. Well, first of all, when it comes to Detroit, if you like the Pistons and stuff like that, what do you think about that deal that was there given? For a head coach to get that kind of money, how did you feel about the Detroit Pistons and that move? And I will say, Michigan Wolverines, recruiting wise, they have been killing it in terms of recruiting and stuff like that, especially from what I've been seeing as of late. So I will give them credit for that. Now, you guys know, I'm a Buckeyes fan, I'll say that, but I have to give mad respect for what Michigan is doing recruiting wise. All right, so let's see. John says Pistons, Wings, and Tigers. Okay, bet, bet, bet. Bet. You say Steelers over Lions, though? Okay, so Steelers over Lions. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of love for the Steelers today, guys. A lot of love for the Pittsburgh Steelers today. Okay. And again, we are at the commercial due to it being the end of the third quarter. So one quarter remaining. All right, so let's see. Statistically speaking, let's look at what the Panthers have done so far in this one. All right, so Josh Love, he's 15 of 22, just under 70% completion, 162 yards through the air, two touchdowns, no interceptions, which is huge there for the Panthers. We're going to compare him to the Breakers quarterback. So MBT, 22 of 31, just above 70% completion. He's at 71% completion, 303 yards passing, just under 10 yards a completion, two touchdowns, but two costly interceptions as well. On the ground, you have the Breakers 19 carries for 35 yards. Hills has 18 carries for 32 yards and a rushing touchdown. For the Panthers, you have Corbin as their leading rusher. He has 9 carries for 43 yards rushing so far in this one. And now receiving wise, when you look at the receivers in this one, we'll start with the Breakers. Receiving wise, Dixon, 8 catches, 127 yards through the air, averaging almost 16 yards a catch, and he has 2 receiving touchdowns. Adams, he is 7 catches, 109 yards so far in this one, averaging about 15 yards a catch as well. Surratt, he's got 3 catches for 34 yards in this one. Now we'll talk about the Panthers. And as for the Panthers receiving wise, let's see. Ball has that 1 catch for 51 yards. That was that receiving touchdown. Now Quinn, 4 catches, 41 yards, and a receiving touchdown as well. Walker, he's got your 3 catches for 33 yards so far in this one. And that's sort of the big three reception wise so far in this one for them. All right, so John says the Steelers versus the Seahawks. That would definitely be a rematch right there, Steelers and Seahawks. But I like the bold projection there to have the Seahawks, go there. I mean, if the Seahawks do that, then wow, that would really be impressive. We're talking about a guy in Geno Smith who went from almost being out of the league to Pete Carroll bringing in and then believing in him that I can make it work with him. All right, here we go, 2nd and 8. Looking, throws it to the back, and it's going to be completed. Going to try to cut up field, and he does a great job picking up about a good 13 yards on that play. Now we got 1st and 10 here from the New Orleans 37-yard line. So moving the ball, trying to get a touchdown to tie this one up. This game is as close as it gets. Let's see, John says, I'm scared for Michigan. Think Penn State will win this year. You think Penn State will do it? You think Penn State will do it? I'm hearing a lot of hype coming from Penn State as well. As a Buckeye fan, I have also noted that, obviously Michigan takes, first attention, but Penn State, I'm hearing a lot coming from them. So I'll be intrigued to see how that plays out. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Bootlegs, throws it to the receiver, and he's going to pick up 9 yards on the play. Okay, 2nd and 1. That was Walker with the reception there. Ball at the 29-yard line of the Breakers. John says Michigan State is in rebuild. He said hopefully the Lions do well, though. I think the Lions will do just fine there. I hate the fact that Jameson Williams is going to be suspended those 6 games. I was really looking forward to him coming in the offense and adding another dimension, but pretty sure by the time we get to where it really matters, he'll be implemented into that offense. It just would have been great to get a full season out of him. All right, here we go. 2nd and 1. Takes the snap, tosses it to the back. All right, let's see what he does trying to get to the outside. And oh, what a nice tackle there. But let's see where they marked him at, because I think he might have got just enough to get to the first down marker, but I got to see. Let's see. Errol Brown, what's good with you? And you say Notre Dame taking the championship this year. Sorry, guys. Now, let's see how that one plays out there. Let's see how that one plays out. But hey, I will say this on Notre Dame's behalf, though. That quarterback that you guys got from Wake Forest, that kid, he's a baller. He's a baller. So I will say that should be like a really big thing right there. The fact that you guys were able to get that kid from Wake Forest. I forget his name. I think it's like Hartman or something like that, or something like that. But yeah, he's great. He's great. So that was a big pickup there for the Fighting Irish. So we'll see how it all comes together. That's what we miss about college football. I miss having these college football conversations. I am ready. All right, and again, we are at the commercial here. Panthers facing 3rd and 1 from the 29-yard line of the Breakers. Let's see. Daryl says he's fire. And so, oh yeah, Sam Hartman. That's right, Hartman. Yep. Sam, I am for sure. So no doubts about him passing the ball. And that was big. That was big. That was big. Because you guys got a polished quarterback that's going to come in there and instantly make that impact. You see, John says the Buckeyes failed Stroud. I think he'll be Rookie of the Year. And so it would be nice to see him go out there and be Rookie of the Year. As a Buckeye fan, I feel like Houston needs a number 1 receiver right now. I know that John Mechie's coming back. I know Nick, what's his name? I forget that guy. Nico something, but Anyways, I know that they got him. They drafted Nell, all those guys down there in Houston, but someone has to step up and be the number one receiver down there in Houston, and he's going to need quite a few pieces down there to come together. So, them being young, him being young, I don't have that expectation for this year and stuff like that, but if it happens, it's certainly capable. I just, if he had a big time weapon and stuff like that, then sure. But we'll see what they look like offensively. He's a smart kid. He's a very smart kid. That performance I saw against UGA, outstanding, outstanding. Let's see. Daryl says, "Nice to meet you, man. You've got a pretty chill stream. Hey, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you coming through here. Absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, that's pretty much what I aim for. When I first started my YouTube channel and stuff like that, it took a second to set the tone like this, but I am thankful for everybody that's a part of JB Nation and stuff. So like, it's been real. It's been real. Everybody here has different favorite teams, or some of us may have the same favorite team in one sport or the other, but it's all fun, It's all fun and respectful. And that's what I love the most about it. Carmichael says Penn State on top. All right, here we go. Back to the game. Quarterback up under center, multiple tight ends, play fake in the pocket. Gonna take a shot, and he underthrew that one. He underthrew that pass there. Lucky for him, it was incomplete. Great job there by the defender there, undercutting that one because he underthrew that ball there, and lucky for him, it's just an incompletion. And that time, let's see, they brought 85 there, and so, yeah, that time he was honestly just dropping back in that zone and happened to be there at the right place. Because if he wasn't there and didn't drop back far enough, that play would have been there. So great job by him, just continuing to keep his zone covered. All right, so now we're gonna go five wide here. Five wide. Takes a snap, throws it, completes it. Tight end trying to make a play, brought down at the 25-yard line. Let's see, John says, look like we all Big Ten country. And so, ain't that the truth? And honestly, you guys will probably notice it more when it's like college hoops and stuff like that. But I honestly do root for other teams inside the division because I am tired of the stronghold that the SEC has and stuff like that. And I feel like the Big Ten, we can be just as good. We are just as good and stuff like that. We just need someone to be able to bring a title to the Big Ten. Like I get so frustrated in college hoops thinking how long it's been since we actually won a title in college hoops and stuff like that. All right, quarterback on the run here, and Love's gonna die for it. Now he's gonna be a little short, but how much short are we talking? Looks like he's gonna be about a yard shy. So ball right now currently at the New Orleans 19-yard line. 4th and 1 coming up. Let's see. John says Big Ten country is nation now, nationwide now. Yes, yes, yes. That is true. That is true. That is true. All right, 4th and 1. So here we go. Big fourth down here. All the momentum so far has been driving up to this right here. This is big for both teams. If you're the Breakers and you get a stop, this is huge. If you're the Panthers and you get this first down, that's huge. But I say this and to say that, and it looks like they're going to call a timeout. And they're going to call their final timeout right now. I am not a fan of burning all your timeouts, especially with 11 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. You never know if you're in a situation where the Breakers have the lead, they have the ball, and you need to get some stops to give yourself another chance. But they burned all their timeouts now. So if they need to make a change, they're out of luck. They're out of luck. Let's see. Carmichael says, "JB, I've been missing your stream since summer break." And so, yeah. I mean, hey, your boy out here trying to work multiple jobs and stuff like that. Like everybody else, need that extra income and stuff like that. But my schedule should be clearing up very soon and stuff like that. So I should be able to get back to streaming more and stuff like that. Cause like, shoot, like I know I had not been able to stream a lot since really around the draft and stuff like that. And the times that I have tried, it's been a mess. All right, but here we go. 4th and 1. Kick is up, and it is good. All right, so they opt to go for the field goal here, and it's good. 24-20. So they're going to take the conservative approach here, get the points, play good defense, try to get the ball back. We'll see how things plan out for them. But here in the fourth quarter, with 11 minutes and a second left to go, right now the Breakers lead 24-20, but the Panthers just tacked on 3 points. And so we'll see the kickoff when we get back from the commercial. All right, and again, we got 32 votes right now, so New Orleans has a slight lead right now in the poll. Let's see, John says, JB, should I cash out? And so, hey, I mean, hey, big money, absolutely. Absolutely. And again, we are at the commercial here. Let's see, John says, are the Breakers going to win? And so, if it's my opinion, I feel like the Breakers win this game for two reasons. I feel like the first reason is going to be that the Panthers they burned up all their timeouts. So late in the game, that's going to give the edge to the Breakers and stuff like that. You don't just burn through all three of your timeouts because you're probably going to need it and stuff like that. Second, they have shown that they're going to continue to kick field goals. Twice now, they've been in a situation where all they needed was a yard. But they opted to go for a field goal. These are your opportunities to take the lead in this game, especially when you don't have any timeouts. So you need to have the lead late in the game, so that way the pressure's on the other team to think about timeouts and clock management and stuff like that. So they are setting themselves up to where I think the Breakers can hold on to this game. And there's a lot of time left, a lot of time left. But unless old dude goes out there and throws another pick six, and then I end up changing my thought. But if he doesn't turn the ball over again, then I think the Breakers do it. As you Carmichael says, I just restarted to level one on GTA Online. Bet, bet, bet. Because that's what the Breakers are trying to do right now. They're trying to hold on. They can move the ball, but they got to be smart. They got to be smart. All right, so we're lined up for the kickoff. Kickoff now on the way. Let's see if we get a return. He catches at the 20. He's at the 30, 35, and brought down at the 35-yard line. So that is where the Breakers will take over here with the football, and they lead 24-20 with under 11 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. And so they need to put together a drive here, a drive that ends into the end zone here. If you're rooting for the Breakers, that's what you want, and you want to take off at least a good 5 minutes off the clock in the process and stuff like that. Regardless, as long as you score, you want to take off 5 to 7 minutes if possible off the clock. That's the goal. All right, takes a snap, and they give it to the back because they're thinking about that time as well. They want to take some time off. When you throw the ball a lot and you throw in completions, well, they're thinking about the clock here. So they really want to just keep that clock running and not put too much on their quarterback. All right, so we got 2nd and 7 coming up here. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Again, up by four. Breakers with the lead 24-20. Shotgun formation. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Takes a snap. Throws it quickly. Dixon with the catch. All right, he got to the first down marker there. That should be a first down. Taking it all the way to the 45-yard line there. They're on 45. Look at those eyes from the quarterback. That's funny. All right, so we got about 5 seconds here on the play clock. Quarterback up under center. Three receivers at the top of the screen. Play fake. Throws it. It's caught by the back. And he's running, and he's going to be about a yard or two shy of that first down marker, but a nice pickup of about 8 yards on the play. And this is what you want right here if you're the Breakers. Get these completions, move the ball, and keep the clock moving, and then snap the ball with about 5 seconds left on the play clock. That's what you're looking for. If you're the Panthers, though, got to go out there and get some stops. All right, quarterback up under center, multiple tight ends, gives it to the back, and ooh, he got tripped up there. They brought a guy off the edge. It looked like a safety that was just speeding through to try to get him in the backfield there, but he may have been just shy of that first down marker. Every first down continues to put a little bit more pressure on the defense at this point. All right, so we got 3rd and 1. Shotgun formation. Two tight ends at the bottom of the screen. Going to snap the ball, give it to the back. And he got back to the line of scrimmage, I feel like. I don't think he gained much more than maybe an inch on that one. So now we have decision time here. This could be a huge stop right here that the Panthers defense got. So what do you do if you're the Breakers? Do you go for it? Do you roll the dice? You play to win the game. That's what they say. You play to win the game. And if you're playing to win the game, you go ahead and you just say, we're just going to show you that we're better than you. That's what it comes down to. Quarterback sneak it. That's what I would do. Quarterback sneak it. Quarterback up under center here. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? That's the play you choose to call. Like you're showing the defense, hey, we're about to go up the middle. We got big boy right here next to the quarterback. You got a quarterback sneak it, but instead you snap the ball, give them a couple extra seconds to get in the backfield, and then you hand it to the back. Why would you do that? If you're gonna do something like that, then pitch it to the back and let them bounce to the outside. If you don't believe in the interior of your offensive line, but you backing up and already showing your hand, we're going inside. All you did was just give him a chance to make a play. You better hope he has this first down here. You better hope he does. Now, John says roll the dice. And so, I mean, this could have been a lot easier here. This could have been a lot easier here. If they don't get this, it's because of that. Look at that. Short by 1 inch. Turnover on downs. Wow. That's on you. That's on you. Because if you just had the quarterback sneaking and stop trying to get fancy, you would have had the first down. So I'm looking at him like, bro, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? So I did not like that call at all. I feel like you did your team a disservice. You showed that you were going to go inside, and then you just basically slowed it down. Because look at that. Everybody's thinking quarterback sneak. So what does that mean? Everybody's bunched inside here. And so look at that. You gave them extra time here for guys to jump over the pile, all of that. So by the time the running back gets there, there's nowhere to go. There's literally nowhere to go. This is how people lose jobs. But on the other end, big time stop there by the Panthers. One man mistake is another man's opportunity. Now don't go to the official. He didn't tell you to call that stupid play. Don't go to him. That's on you. That's on you. Wow, big time stop there for the defense here. John says offensive coordinator tripping, all the way tripping. I don't know what he's thinking. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Anyways, Panthers here with the football. Great field position from their own 45. They snap it, play fake, looking. He wanted to throw to the tight end, but the defense, oh, he still threw it to the tight end, still threw it to him. Okay. Took that contact there, found a way to get 4 yards out of that play because he wanted to go to the tight end originally, but there was two guys that was literally on him, but they both decided to go after the quarterback there, and so he was able to throw it at the last second. So great job. Great job. All right. So now an opportunity here for the Panthers. 7 minutes and 18 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Panthers down by 4, but with the football. Scores 24-20. One back in the backfield. Tight end goes in motion, two receivers. Gives it to the back, and he's going to pick up about a yard in the play. And let's see. John says quarterback sneak or outside zone in the shotgun. Exactly. Or quarterback read. Exactly. That's what you do. That's what you do. But you don't do what he did. That's what you don't do. Now, we got a player right now that's currently holding his hand right now for Michigan, so I hope that he's okay as he looks like he's in some pain here. And so under 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, Panthers with the football. Let's see. Perhaps a helmet to the hand or something like that. Let's see. Ooh. So was it the fact that 94 was grabbing his hand? All right, so he's up on his feet. That's always great. And he's going to make his way to the sideline. Yeah, and he looks like he is still in some pain. That's Reggie Corbin. Went to college at Illinois. All right, so 3rd and 5 is what's coming up here. 3rd and 5. And if you're the Panthers right now, knowing that you need to at least get a touchdown here, you definitely want to try to move this ball now. The more the time goes on, the more pressure you feel. Shotgun formation, takes a snap, looking, pressure in his face, throws it, gets the completion, big time completion. Saw the pressure in his face, but also saw his guy and got the reception. Big time play on 3rd down. He knew his guy was going to be there. He saw the defense. He had faith, and he threw that ball. And he had to throw it fast, too, because defense was in his face. Again, Davis with the reception. All right, we got multiple tight ends, bottom of the formation, 2 receivers at the top of the screen, 1 back as well. Takes a snap, fakes to the back, steps up, takes a shot, has a guy one-on-one. There was contact. All right, there you go. There's a flag. And that's huge. That's huge. I mean, can you guys cover? Can you cover? Again, 5 minutes and 59 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. And I know there's still plenty of time left to go in this one. But if you think that this game can go to overtime, then go ahead and put JBOT in the chat if you feel that there's a possibility that this game could go to overtime. That would require probably a Michigan touchdown and then a Breakers field goal. But pass interference is the call. Under 6 minutes left to go. Braden says, shake my head, we choking. You look at that. And I mean, honestly, though, the quarterback kind of threw it behind as well. And sometimes you get that because of that, because the receiver clearly had to stop to come back to the ball. So sometimes as a defensive back, your momentum carries you in there because you're running full speed and stuff like that. And so receiver locates the ball. Sometimes it's just the tough part of being a defensive back. All right, receiver goes in motion. Shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Oh, he gave it to the back, but look at that hit. Look at that hit. I felt that from here. I felt that from here. And so, yeah, Reed got in there, and whoever is blocking this guy cannot let that happen again. Braden says no JBOT. Look at that hit, y'all. I mean, that was with some force right there. Yeah, that's an NFL type of hit right there. All right, so thanks for that play. 2nd and 12 coming up. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. 5 seconds on the play clock. Snaps the ball. Love looking. Love brought down for the sack. And look what we have here. I mean, now the offensive line is getting exposed right now here. The defensive line is getting back there now. They're showing a burst. This is like we do not want this team to score a touchdown. Excellent play here by the defensive line here of the Breakers these last couple plays. They are doing their best to try to lead this team to victory today, especially when it matters the most. All right, so here we go. Receiver goes in motion. Shotgun formation. Pressure's all up in his face again. And oh, man, look at that. Look at that. They're going to call it incomplete there. But, man, pressure was all in his face. My man couldn't even turn around. Wow, what a... Oh, look at that. Our coach is heated up right now. He is heated up right now. Wow. I just noticed that he has a cross around his neck there. I mean, I haven't seen anybody running around with a chain since Michael Crabtree had his chain taken off. So, but man, I mean, that defense got back there. They got back there quickly, and he barely got that pass off. Barely got that one off. And even then, I mean, was it really even? I mean, was the ball starting to maybe come out at that time? I mean, that play just looked a little funky, to be honest. That play just, it looked weird. But man, did he get punished? But what a game! I mean, this has been a great game. Great game. We've got 39 votes in. I mean, it's not too late to cast your vote on who you think will win this one. We still have plenty of time. And we're checking the replay here. I mean, look at the ball when he's in the act of throwing it. Look at the ball there. I am glad that that's not me running back there in the pocket for sure. Ooh. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? All right, so okay. All right, so we got our fourth down coming up here. And that was huge. That was huge. Because now we got the punt team coming out here for Michigan. And that is huge for them. Remember, Michigan, no timeouts. Fair catch is assembled and caught at the 11-yard line. So right now, if you're the Breakers, you are looking to take as much time off the clock as you can. As much time as you can right now. Because every first down you get, that's more time off the clock. And you get enough, you can ice this game because Michigan has no timeouts to stop you. So you got the 2 minute warning, but that's it. But what a tremendous game so far in this one. All right, quarterback up under center, receiver goes in motion. They give it to the back, and the back between the guard and center, and he gets back to about the line of scrimmage. Picked up about a yard on the play. Let's see. John says they D line went crazy, and so yes, they did. They really did when it mattered the most. Because honestly, I thought Michigan was about to score on that drive there, but the defensive line, they erased the mistake that the head coach made on that fourth down play last time. But now it's just a matter of can we run out the clock and walk out of here with a win. Receiver goes in motion. They give it to him this time, and oh, he fumbled the ball, but it went out of bounds. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. Ball went out of bounds. Third down coming up. And turnovers has really hurt this team so bad, whether it's turnover on downs, whether it's just turnover. I mean, turnovers has just been pretty bad. But look at that. Ball came out, and he better be thanking his lucky stars it went out of bounds. That's why he's not a running back. That's why he's not a running back. But hey, that play caller is not doing his team any favors right now. Third and 5. Takes a snap. Defense sends 5. Throws it. Oh, it's caught. Oh, it's caught. I thought it was going to be incomplete there. I thought he had great coverage on the play, but somehow that ball got past his arm for a first down, and that's a massive first down for the offense. Again, Breakers here with the football and the lead, 24-20 so far in this one. That's a big time clutch pass right there. Just did get it by him. It was super close. We got about 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. They will have to run one more play before they get to that 2 minute warning. Quarterback up under center, receiver goes in motion, snaps the ball, gives it to the back, and the back, oh, he's met by a crowd of defenders and brought down. They brought him down, and that is going to take us to the 2 minute warning right now. So, wow, 2 minutes left to go in this game, and what a game it is. 24-10. 2 minutes left to go here in the fourth. What a fight so far in this one. And right now, as we're currently at the commercial, we'll go ahead and just recap what the Breakers have done so far. So, MBT 25 of 34 passing, 328 yards through the air, two touchdowns, two interceptions. Now, on the ground, Hills 23 carries, 36 yards, and a rushing touchdown. His longest run of the night, 6 yards. And so, a lot of carries there, but definitely you want to start getting more yards per carry, ideally. He also chipped in four catches for 37 yards as well in this game. You've got Dixon, nine catches, 136 yards, two receiving touchdowns. And then you've got Adams, eight catches, 117 yards, and averaging just under 15 yards a catch. So that's been pretty much your big three so far in this one. Let's see. Carmichael says you wish the Marlins would win. And so that would be nice. All right, so let's see. They've got a severe thunderstorm warning over in my area. But 2 minutes left to go, and we will see if the Breakers can ice this one or if the Panthers have one more trick up their sleeve. All right, let's see. We got 40 votes in. So I appreciate each and every one of you that took the time to cast your vote in this one. And this one is not over, but we've got 2 minutes left. So once we get back from this 2 minute warning, we'll see how the rest of this plays out. So right now for the Breakers here, you're trying to keep pace here with Houston and Memphis, and you do not want to be the team to lose. All right, here we go. Second and 11. Quarterback up under center. Now we've got a tight end lining up at fullback, back in the backfield. They snap the ball, give it to the back in the back. Oh, he's met in the backfield. He's not going anywhere. He lost a yard or two on the play. But for them, it's more important to continue to run this clock. Let's see. Carmichael says, JB, you know when you're streaming next? And so that is a great question there. Great question. And so I know that for sure next week Sunday will be another stream there, but I'll try to add something throughout the week here, depending on how my schedule goes. I've just been super busy, but for sure next Sunday will be the ideal next one. I just don't know which one yet. All right, they gave it to the back, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards, 2, 3 yards on the carry. All right, so fourth down is going to come up, but another 30 seconds here off the clock. Yeah, but definitely make sure if you want to be a part of JB Nation in the future that you make sure that you are subscribed and have your notification bells turned on, so that way when I do set up streams and stuff like that, you will be getting notified of those streams that are upcoming. So definitely do make sure that you are subscribed, as I do post, and sometimes I'll just create a post to just let you guys know, what's going on if I have to, adjust or something like that. So appreciate you guys for coming through. All right, so the Breakers call a timeout, leaving 41 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. So someone's going to win it and someone's going to lose it here on this last drive. But they're going to go ahead and punt the ball with 41 seconds left to go. Michigan, no timeouts to stop the clock. So you have got to know, you've got to be aware and make good decisions here. This is going to be one heck of an ending here. So I'll leave a couple more seconds here for anyone that hasn't already to go ahead and cast their vote. All right, looking to punt the ball here. All right, snaps good. Punts on the way. See if we get a return. It's bouncing. We will get a return. He's at the 35 now. Oh, actually, he's brought down at the 34-yard line there. So 31 seconds remaining in this one. So can Love do it? That's really the question right now. If you haven't voted or not, do you believe that Love can do it? And if you have voted, let me know in the chat, yes or no, if you think that Love can drive this team down to the end zone and win this game. They won't be able to settle for a field goal this time. They've had multiple times in this game that they've been a yard shy, but they have always opted to kick the field goal. Twice they have done that in this one. And so they can't go for the field goal here. They have to go for the win. So can they do it? That's the question. All right, let's see. Carmichael says Pat Mahomes went at 4 in your fantasy draft. Oh, yeah, they love to take him early. But here we go. Love throws it to the back out the backfield. He's going to go down at the 41-yard line. Got to hurry up. Got to hurry up. Got to have a sense of urgency. 20 seconds remaining right now. They're down by 4. Second and 3. Love directing traffic. Shotgun formation. 15 seconds left in the game. Snaps the ball. Looking. Throws it. And it's almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. He almost ended the game right then and there. So third down coming up with it, 3rd and 3. Let's see. Philip, what's good with you? You say who has the possession? Michigan. Yes, Michigan has possession of the football right now with just 8 seconds left to go in the game. And they trail 24-20. But yes, Michigan Panthers with the football facing 3rd and 3, but only 8 seconds left to go in the game. No timeouts for the Panthers. So you got to go ahead and just throw it up there. Give yourself an opportunity. Call your best play. Throws it. It's completed. And he goes out of bounds, leaving about 3 seconds, but I like the call. Make it a little bit closer there so you can try to take that shot in the end zone. Just 3 seconds left. It's all going to come down to this. So 3 seconds, ball is at the 43-yard line. They don't have a timeout. So unless the defense calls a timeout, there's only so much you can discuss right now. And the defense will call a timeout right now. So at least it gives the Panthers an opportunity to discuss, guys. But hey, can we get a crazy type of Hail Mary to end this one? Would that not be crazy? And so, Herbert, what's good with you? What's good with you? And you say, I appreciate you for taking the time for this live chat. And so, hey, I appreciate you guys for coming through. You know, this is what I love doing it because of the interactions. And so I appreciate you guys for coming through. Just 3 seconds left. We're going to see what kind of an arm Love has on him. We're going to find out real quick. And who does he look to throw the ball to in this situation? With the game on the line. All right, just 3 seconds remaining. This is it, barring a penalty, of course. A penalty can change things, but here we go. From their own 43-yard line. Snaps it, I'm sorry, from the opponent 43-yard line. In the pocket. He heaves it up there. Picked off. It was too short. He just didn't have the arm to throw it in the end zone there, and that's going to be the game. Finalized. The Breakers hold on to this one. And man, it was it was close, but what a game it was. The Breakers had jumped out to a 21-0 lead in this one. Michigan came back and then made it 21-17. And then the Breakers made it 24-17 and Michigan went 24-20. Both teams, they did some good things, but they made some mistakes as well in this one. But ultimately, when it's all said and done, the Breakers will walk away with a much-needed victory in this one. Let's see. Philip says Michigan still has a chance. And so they do not have the game is finalized now. I apologize it took so long to get back to that one there, but the game is finalized now. The Breakers have won this one. It came down to a Hail Mary heave, in which honestly, if he maybe had another, I don't know, if his arm was maybe about 5-7 yards stronger, maybe you had a legit chance there. Let's see. Braden says, picked Let's Go. See you, JB. Great stream. Appreciate you for coming through as always. Philip says the Breakers won. Yes, Philip, the Breakers have won this game. Final 24-20. So, yes, the game is over and the Breakers have won. Absolutely. And so Carmichael says, see you whenever you stream again, JB. And so, yeah, I'll try to set that up relatively soon. So make sure that you guys, have notification bells turned on so that way you guys will be notified of the next stream. But you can assure that I'll do my best to make sure that at least Sunday, at the very least, next week. I'll try to do something before then, but Sunday for sure next week, I'll catch another USFL game. So appreciate you guys. And so, John, hey, glad to have you on, John, the real MVP, and looking forward to seeing you guys next time. Gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Again, the Breakers have won this one 24-20 over the Panthers. Appreciate you guys so much. And